Alright, anyways, so, theorizing analysis time. We're going to talk about the end of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and we're going to talk about some theories and things that are happening, and what I think is happening, and what's going to happen in the next game. So I guess we'll just start here in Chapter 14, and then kind of connect from here. I don't really have a script or anything planned out. I kind of just said I want to do this. So if I'm all over the place and go on tangents, I'm sorry. But I'm kind of just going to go off the top of my head here and figure it out from there. Let's see here. Let's see. Where do we start? So I guess we start with the Zack stuff here. By the way, they're really fucked up for giving us a Zack prelude and then not giving us Zack for another 8 chapters. That was messed up. Zack's involvement in the story is so interesting. Because we're going to talk about the multiverse that's going on here. Because it's not a multiverse. From what I've seen, heard, come to my own conclusion about, is the multiverse in Final Fantasy VII is not like a traditional multiverse. Like a multiverse in the traditional sense. You know, in a multiverse, like, let's talk about, I don't know, even like what I was watching the other day, Invincible, where there's portals to like other worlds, and there's like, they're parallel to what's going on in like, you know, there's parallel worlds is happening, right? This multiverse seems to be taking place inside the live stream, which we'll get to that when Sephiroth explains it, because Sephiroth straight up explains what the fuck is going on to us, the players, and Cloud. But it's like inside the live stream, and it's hard to explain. But it's not a traditional multiverse. And I can see how you would hate it, Carlos, because multiverses can make things get messy. But this isn't one that's... I don't think there's multiple different versions of characters throughout the multiverse. I don't think there's like, oh, there's like 13 billion Clouds, or like there's all these Zacks. It's a little more complex than that. It's a little overused nowadays. Yeah, but I like that this is not really the case in terms of a multiverse, as far as we're aware, because the game kind of makes it weird. It kind of explains it in a weird way, to the point where it's like, okay, this isn't like, this is not what we're working with here. But yeah, let's get into it. Also, I have it audio delay again. I don't know why this keeps happening, chat. Forgive me. I get an audio delay, and I don't like that, because I won't be able to fucking focus. Okay, we're good. Alright. So here's where, like, the whole thing starts.
To the right, Shinra HQ, where Hojo should be, along with a cure for Cloud.
You have 100 Cloud variants fighting Sephiroth? We'll get to that.
Which will get blown up, along with Biggs, unless I stop him.
So here, Zack has a choice between going to help Cloud, who is Mako poison comatose right now, to get a cure for him, or going to help Biggs, who went to the reactor to blow it up. This is where it gets interesting. And what we need to look at, pay attention to, Stamp. So in Remake, what they kind of alluded to was when they made it... Stamp is a propaganda dog by Shinra, by the way, if anybody doesn't know. He's the propaganda army dog by Shinra. They showed this. This is we call it the Terrier stamp. We call it the Terrier timeline. This stamp showed up on a chip bag when we first saw Zack in Remake. We're like, oh shit, that's a different dog, because the main timelines one is like a beagle. So it shows this isn't the same. This is not the same timeline as the main group. Okay. So keep note of these dogs, because they're going to show up. They show a lot of different ones in this last sequence. They kind of make it clear. Yeah. Now we get a little flashback here. With Zack talking to Marlene.
His hair was
being like,
long
damn, Sephiroth's going to kill Aerith.
and gray.
And she knows this because in Remake, we got to talk about Aerith in Remake, because Aerith in Remake very clearly knows what's going on, which is weird. There's a lot of lines of dialogue where she knows more. She definitely knows more than she's saying, and it's like, damn, why does Aerith know things that are gonna happen? This is kind of strange. Or like, why is she acting weirder than she did in the old game? Like almost like omnipotent. Okay, she just has knowledge of everything. So when she went to go get Marlene in Seventh Heaven, I think it was like chapter, I forgot what chapter it was. She like shows Marlene something to trust her. She kind of gives her like info of like the future, we think, or like future memories. So this is how Marlene like knows that Sephiroth is gonna kill Aerith, or a danger to the party.
Of all the people.
Alright, keep note of this, by the way. Cloud over here, Zack here, Buster Sword here, and Aerith is laying down, okay? Keep note of that.
Sorry, one more question. Does she have feelings for Cloud?
Yeah, she likes him.
Aww. And this is, I think this is a really good scene with Zack.
That coming.
Cause you weren't there.
This is a really good scene for Zack to show like his character. And shut up about the Clara stuff, okay? Just let me talk, okay? So it just shows that Zack is willing to do anything for these two, regardless of like her feeling. Like, I mean, people like choose to ignore the scene of like the line of Marlene saying it's because you weren't there. Like, of course she's gonna move on to somebody else. You weren't there. But it also, Zack's kind of like confused, like, how does she know Cloud in the first place? Like, he's probably like, I don't know how that is. But he, you know, you can tell he's like upset about it. But, you know, he's like, he just plays it off because Zack is willing to do anything for these two. Just in general, he's willing to do the right thing. Put other people before himself, you know? And I like that. That's my guy. This is why people like Zack. He's such a good guy hero.
I got you.
So here he chooses, I'm gonna go help Cloud out, okay? That's my guy. Boom. Rainbow effect. So, originally what I thought, and what a lot of people think, is this rainbow light, you're gonna see a lot in this last chapter. And what people thought originally is Zack chose to go help Cloud here, right? So this marks they thought this marked like a change, like a split in the timeline here. This is a choice was made, so things are split now, which could still be the case. But I saw something today I found interesting, because right before this, we see Cloud and Aerith fall off a cliff, right? Cloud catches Aerith and they're falling, right? And that's the last thing we see of them. The rainbow light is coming towards us, where he just came from. He just came from Sector 5, the church, right? That's where Zack just came from. Or like Aerith's house. So this light is going towards that direction. Keep that in mind. For the next scene here.
Hello. I know you're in there. Time's a wasting, Cloud, and it's not like we have much left. Up and at him,
Crazy thing to
soldier.
see. Next thing we see, Cloud and Aerith are waking up. Cloud's in the wheelchair. This is where Zack just came from. Kind of weird, right? Like, what's going on? Since it shows like the light going towards where Zack just came from, it implies that Aerith was, because you're gonna find out that this rainbow light has to do with Aerith or the live stream or some shit. Move their consciousness to these bodies in this timeline, multiverse area. So they're now waking up where Zack just came from. But you can see here, the stamp is different. Fuck. And also another thing that plays into this is where Zack just came from. Cloud doesn't have the Buster Sword. Why doesn't Cloud have the Buster Sword? Zack has it. Interesting. I was like, what the fuck? The last thing he remembers, they were falling. And he's like, how did we get here?
What is this? Are we?
We could call it a homecoming.
That's also... That is an interesting line she says, because for that whole beginning part, like the whole last chapter, all Cloud was doing whenever he was trying to kill somebody or Sephiroth, he was like, it's not death, it's a homecoming. So, they're inside the live stream. That's what's kind of implied here. They're inside the live stream somewhere. Okay.
Word bound, maybe? Let's just call it a dream.
Let's just call it a dream. Let's keep that in mind, too.
My dream, to be precise.
Her dream.
What the hell are you...
There's like a theory of like what this is, and I'll talk about it.
Just play along for a bit, okay?
And she just wants him to play along, and Cloud's like, okay, I have no reason to question this. He will question it a lot, though.
Let's take a walk, okay? Ah, one thing. You have to promise not to look up.
Yeah, that's what you say to somebody when you want.
Like what you see.
I'm just gonna look up
I'm gonna
now.
have to look now, right?
Right. There I go. Putting my foot
God, there's so
down.
much to talk about now that I think
When
about it.
will I ever
Holy shit.
learn?
This is the harder stuff to talk about. The stuff later is actually a lot like more. I have more of a conclusive thought on. This stuff is a little more complex, and they want you to be a little. They want you to be confused. So you look up and you see this little crack in the sky, right? And this is the same crack that Zack saw in his sky earlier in his chapters, right? The same imagery is also shown in the original game. There is like when you're in the live stream sequence. Like later in the game, you actually see this, like kind of same crack. So they're cooking something. They've been cooking for a while. They know what they're doing. There's some connection to this. There's some connection there, and I can pull it up actually. Let's see. Okay, that's not FF7. Let's see. I don't know where to find it, the image. I'm just gonna say. Ah, yes, here we go. See? Same. Okay, it just pulled me to theory. Same fucking crack. It's almost like identical. Like, that's. A lot of stuff in this game is intentional. And. Like, they don't just do things for no reason. Like, this is definitely an intentional connection here. For sure. And I think a lot of people will agree on that. So, nothing to keep in mind. I have another audio delay, and it's pissing me off. I don't know if you guys have it too, but it happens to me. Okay, so let's go on a date, Cloud. Sure. We just gave Sephiroth the black materia. Let's go on a date. How about we do that?
Come on.
It's a great idea. By the way, like, almost a recreation of her date with Zack, in a way.
Ta-da!
Something to point out.
Can I have one? Can I? Please?
And Aerith's just acting, like, happy-go-lucky, everything's okay.
Which one do you want?
Whichever one you pick.
Whichever one you pick. Which is interesting what comes after.
This isn't you.
If you ask me, I'd probably say, this piece.
I don't know. Actually, I'm gonna let him choose.
Everything is free.
Stamp. That's a Pomeranian. I think that's a Pomeranian. I don't know. You guys can look up the dog breed. Different stamp than the one that Zack had in his
But
time.
remember,
timeline.
Per person.
There's a theory about what these
After much
stamps
cajoling,
actually
Cloud is
mean.
about to give his very first gift to Aerith. Only question is, which one will he choose?
I don't know. Which one will he choose? Cloud, pick the doll. Hold up, explain stamp. Oh, I did earlier. Let me explain it again. Stamp is a Shinra propaganda dog, okay? So, in Remake, our stamp in the main timeline, the main world, is a beagle, okay? And then we get to the end of the Remake, and we see the Zack scene, and there's a bag of chips that flies. And it's a terrier dog in the stamp. We're like, that stamp is not the same. That's weird. I don't understand that. Why is that dog different? And, so stamp is kind of there to show you things are not the same. They're not the same as this. It's very... They make this a point to make this clear. And it's funny because he's a Shinra propaganda dog. So, like, you know, it actually is, like, very fitting that they're using this as, like, a motif. I guess a motif. I don't know if it really... Because it's not exactly the same. But the theory... The ongoing theory... The original theory was... It's just to show that these are different timelines. But now I've heard a theory that it could be based off the perspective of the person that we're following. Because Zack, every time we follow Zack, it's a terrier dog. The main timeline is a beagle. This is Aerith's world, and it's a dog that weirdly looks a lot like Zack. Like, this looks like Zack. You can't tell me that it doesn't. And this is Aerith's world. So it's more of like, whose perspective are we looking at kind of thing, I think. But it's not super clear. Well, all we know is the stamps are different, and they're different for a reason. That's the conclusion that we've come to at the very least. Alright, so Cloud, pick your thing! Anything, Cloud! Literally anything! For Aerith!
That one.
Ah, I'm so
Except that one!
That one.
Which is, Cloud's like, huh? You said anything!
Come on, man.
All just very strange,
You
right?
know, that's actually pretty neat. Perfect, even.
You kidding me?
Cloud's like, what?
I'll miss these moments. Thank you both.
Weird thing to say after that.
Now,
Very weird.
Where to next? That way. Come on.
Alright, let's go to the next thing. Oh, she's holding Cloud's hand. It's so cute, guys. Oh, look at them. They're so cute. Nothing weird is going on here at all. Like, that's what I'm trying to, like... A lot of people use this as, like, oh my god, they love each other. This is meant to be, like... Like, Cloudy's even like, this is weird. Like, can you explain what the fuck is going on for once, please?
Then we better.
You're supposed to be, like, confused. And, like, a little, like, this is strange. It's kind of cute, but it's also, like, this doesn't feel right. Nothing, this is weird. Stamp chips. Different dog. I mean, it's the same dog as the one, but making it very clear. Hey, stamp's different.
One of those.
Then I'll have one of those.
All right.
Actually, I got something else for you.
No. How about my latest creation?
Really? Let's try it.
Sure.
Go on, enjoy.
I don't even know what those are supposed to be. I don't know if they're gummies or cookies or what they are. I'll leave that up to your interpretation. And it's not good. It's
Figured
not good
I'd
at
pull
all.
out all the stops for my last hurrah.
Last
Guess I
hurrah.
pulled out one too many.
No, it just needs a little sugar.
Everything
maybe.
seems to be like a finality of things, right? Everything like,
Take out whatever
it's the last
my
one.
tingle.
Oh, I'm gonna miss this.
It sounds to me like I need to start over. If only we all had more time, am I right?
Let me look up back at the crack in the sky. Okay. Now we skip to Zach again.
Pretty sure I only asked to meet with Professor Hojo.
Oh, you guys ready for your mind to be blown? It's a terrier dog still.
A whole platoon.
By the way, he does not have
Whatever.
on his hand. He doesn't. Oh, he does have the ribbon still. This is the Zach that we saw, right? By the way, still has a platoon. You know how Zach dies in the original Crisis Core, gets shot down by a platoon of troops, has to fight him. Happens here again. Cut away. That's all we get from that. Okay, cool. Let's go back to the cute date, guys. Nothing weird's happening. Probably if you don't play this game, I wouldn't notice shit. It's a lot. A lot of it comes from. Oh, we gotta listen to what Sephiroth says here. So yeah, this stuff is like you don't catch this until afterwards. Like when I first watched this, I'm like, what am I watching? Well, a lot of times on first playthrough, they want you to go back. They want you to talk about this. They want people to talk about this and theorize. That's how they get people talking. Instead of just being like, okay, we're done with the game, let's move on. This is like they want this to hold out for like 3 or 4 years. Same thing with Remake. After I played Remake, I had no fucking idea what was happening. I just knew we were fighting Fate, and I was like, this is not in the original game. Why are we doing this? I'm confused. I'm lost. But then you go back. The thing about Remake that was really cool is you go back after knowing what's happening at the end, and you notice so much shit. It's like one of those things like you replay it and you're like, oh, now I get it. Rebirth doesn't really have that. It's more of like, after you finish the game, you go back and analyze the ending and you kind of like come to your own conclusions. You don't really replay and see things different as much. Like Remake, you replay and you're like, oh, I see now. I understand it. Like with the whispers, you're like, I don't know what's going on. And then you know what's happening at the end of the game and go back and you're like, oh, now I see why they were here and why they were here. And that's a whole separate thing I could talk about is Remake, but that's 4 years too late. I've already been through those discussions.
You've been hiding.
So Sephiroth says, this is where you've been hiding.
Its fate.
In a world that has accepted its fate. So that's like interesting. Sephiroth has like been looking. This, you'll find out, is not exactly our Aerith. Okay? This isn't exactly our Aerith. This is a different Aerith. The one of the omnipotent ones, okay? And Sephiroth has been looking for her ass, okay? In a world that's accepted its fate, though. So it implies that the sky, like the crack in the sky, means a world is fated to like fade. And we'll get to that with Sephiroth's explanation, which comes later. Because that's where the important part comes in. But basically, Aerith they're hiding here from Sephiroth for now.
Hey, what's that?
And Cloud's just like, hey! Let's go over here!
Let's go see.
Just as you must.
Sorry, folks. I've only got one shot left.
Damn, you're a shitty photographer. You only have one shot left.
We don't have any photos
We
together.
don't have any either.
Okay.
Cloud's just like, okay.
How about you all pose? Cutest looking couple gets their photo taken.
Okay, get your best couples pose together, guys. I will say there was cute moments in here, but you're supposed to be a little unnerved about what's going on here.
Okay, you
Little
two,
suspicious.
Smile real big for the camera now.
And we fade to white. What happens now? What do we do now?
Hold on, Biggs. I'm coming.
Hold on, Biggs, I'm coming? Didn't you choose to go help Cloud out? I'm confused. Now we go to Biggs. We're gonna help Biggs now! Right in your face, you know. That's not the stamp we just saw! This is like a fourth one. Please explain. And this is almost like, from what I gather, this is supposed to be from like Big's perspective, or maybe Zach's too, but shows this is definitely different.
What gives? Reactor busted?
Seems it's all out of Mako. I'm still sucking away, but the only thing it's pulling up is dirt.
Another world that's fated to die
The life
because it has no
stream's
Mako.
bone dry.
Interesting.
Bomb
Another
one
world that's fated
reactor,
to
bomb 'em all.
disappear.
It's done either way.
By the way, Zach doesn't have the ribbon on his hand like he did when he went to go help Cloud. Interesting takeaway. I don't know really what it exactly fully means, but he doesn't have the ribbon on his hand.
That it?
Bomb barely made it through testing. Figures it'd fail for real.
Also, another thing to keep note, all the characters that we see in Zach's timeline are all connected to Aerith. So Zach very clearly, Elmira, which is her adoptive mom, Marlene, who she showed like the future and shit, and Biggs actually is connected to Aerith. We know this from another novel that was just written before Rebirth came out. She was like childhood friends with Biggs in a way, kind of. So all the characters, and even Kyrie, who shows up at the like in here, is like connected to Aerith from another book. So every character we see in Zach's world is all connected to Aerith. Every single one of them. Interesting, right? Very interesting. It's very important. Very deliberate.
What are you doing here? Why did I have to survive? Look at me. I'm useless. Can't even make a damn bomb.
You're not useless.
For a moment there, I thought my life might have some meaning, but it doesn't mean shit.
Well, that's where you're wrong. Wanna know why? Because you mean a lot to a lot of people. So come on, man.
How can you not love this guy? He's so... Gotta love Zach.
Thanks, but why are you here?
Yeah, about that.
Never mind. I know. Kinda obvious now I think about it. The world may be ending and all, but a bombing's still a bombing.
That's part of it too. But mostly, I was worried about you.
That bleeding heart. It'll get you killed.
I don't know. I just...
There's also another very
I
important
wanted
character
to
moment.
Take action. Take charge. Take control. To know that I had a choice. That this path, this world was one I chose. I wanted to take back my life.
Which is really important for Zach's character because he really didn't have it. Like, a lot of what happens in Crisis Core is Zach really doesn't get to, like, take control of his life, you know? He's taken advantage of by Shinra, and then after what happens in Nibelheim, his life, he's experimented on for 4 years, and then when he gets out, he takes care of Cloud, and they're on the run for a year, trying to get back to Midgar. And by the time he gets back to Midgar, he dies, right? You know, he doesn't really, you know, he doesn't really have, he never gets a chance to really take control of his life, which sucks. So seeing Zach want to take that control back is interesting. It's really cool. I don't know. And then, but this happens. Biggs gets shot, which surprised shit out of me. I was like, really? Like, just like that? Okay. But I think it's important to what's going on.
No.
Biggs, get up!
And another platoon of soldiers, as if it's supposed to happen. Even Zach points us out.
Fate's got one twisted sense of humor. And I'm always the punchline.
But I'm sick of taking its shit! This is my life. I make the rules.
Basically, Zack saying, "Fuck this shit. I'm tired of this." I mean, you can only see so many platoons, man, and be like, "Damn." And then we disappear from that timeline, which is destined to fail, destined to die. By the way, they get their picture taken.
Well, for starters, you don't look like you're on a date. More like at a funeral.
Well, I don't think that's true at all.
Like, how do you ignore that line and think that this... Oh my god, I don't know how they ignore that line. Anyway.
Now then, where shall we go to next?
And there's just like, that's fine!
Talk to me. What's going on with this place? With you? And please don't play dumb.
Yeah, Cloud's not stupid.
All right. I'll tell you when we get to our spot, okay?
Where's that?
You
Cloud's
really
like, I have
to ask?
no idea what you're talking about.
It's one of my most favorite places. Can I make it any more obvious?
See, Cloud has no idea. And the next scene we see, where do we see next? We see the church, and there's Zack! At their spot!
Cloud.
And look who we see here. We got Johnny Boy. I thought that was so random at first, and then we go back and look. He's holding a different stamp. Like, I was like, why is Johnny here? Oh, he's got a different dog. Huh. Interesting. Okay. And this is before Zack even goes to, like, before he even goes to, like, to make the choice between Biggs and Cloud. This is interesting.
Cloud.
Because he brings up Cloud,
Biggs.
he brings up Biggs, and then he brings up Aerith, which he did not bring up before. I still haven't figured out why that's the case, but he mentions Aerith here too. Which he didn't be with the first choice.
How the hell am I supposed to choose?
And then Sephiroth. So this implies that Zack is in the same area as Aerith and Cloud right now. But why is the dog different? Because I don't know. Maybe Johnny was holding it. I don't really have an answer. But you'll see why this is like the case. Sephiroth walking up to the church is really important.
You want a piece of me?
No, not you.
And yeah, he splits reality and just sends Zack into a void.
It was all you, wasn't it, Sephiroth? Well, it isn't over yet.
That's Zack fighting for his life. And then we got White. So there's this line that's used. I forgot if it was a remake or rework, but it's follow the. I think Aerith said it. Follow the yellow flowers, or something like that. Zack is going to follow them.
I'll find a way. You'll see.
We'll get back to this later. God, there's so much to this game that is just like, this last chapter is so packed. And now we're in the church. Okay.
This is it, right? Our spot?
Cloud's like, this it? Okay.
Bingo.
That was easy.
I told you it was obvious.
Well, you'll have to give me a harder one next time.
Oh? Next time?
Yeah, next time.
There won't be a next time, Cloud.
At least I know now. Where you and I stand, I mean. thing is, Cloud, I really like you. But then, like can mean a lot of different things, can't it?
See, even
'Cause
Aerith
there's
doesn't really
liking,
know.
And then there's liking.
Seriously, what's going on?
And Cloud's like, what are you
You've
talking?
been weird
what?
all day.
This has been a strange afternoon. This scene is supposed to be, this is, because we don't really get, like, a goodbye for Aerith and her death scene, and we'll get to that. This is our goodbye.
Whatever happens, don't blame yourself.
Because this is, like, the last moment she's really gonna get with Cloud.
Cloud. Thank you. Sorry. I'll be okay.
Damn, get rejected. I'm kidding. I mean, come on. Like, the way she, like, says, oh, sorry, I'll be okay, like, Cloud doesn't hold the same feelings for her that she does. And even she doesn't, she admitted she doesn't know. And like I said, I'll get to that in another video. That's kind of how I saw this. But this is also, like, we're leading into the important stuff now.
Here.
Feel free to, like, ask any
Okay.
questions at any time, Chad, if I'm, like, going
But
too
your
fast.
mom gave that to you.
This
she
isn't
has
about me, though.
A fully powered
It's about saving the world.
materia.
And you.
This is a fully powered white materia. Because our white materia is empty. And we can get to why that's the case. Because it happens in Remake. But yeah, we see this rainbow effect, which is, what I said, is very much tied to Aerith.
So thank you, Cloud, for everything.
What is this?
And we get shoved to a portal. Kind of like Sephiroth sends Zack into a portal, right? But remember Sephiroth walking up to the church just now? Yeah. He just sent Zack through a portal, and now we're getting sent through a portal. And so it's implied that Sephiroth is hunting Aerith through the live stream. He is killing her everywhere. That is a different level of petty. But he's basically hunting her because she is. You'll find out she's playing 4D chess with this motherfucker. They're playing 4D chess. These two. They're playing a different type of game.
It's been fun.
Because this Aerith is not her Aerith, and we'll get to that. We'll get to this. Yep, here we go. And we get to the explanation of what the fuck is going on. So we're being protected by these white whispers, which we'll get to in a bit as well. We're protecting them, but there's these black whispers attacking us that are controlled by Sephiroth. Where's our buddy? There he is! Hey, Sephiroth!
The true nature of reality.
So we're seeing all
When the
these different
boundaries of
memories.
fate are breached. New worlds are born.
Okay, so to explain the live stream is made up. What it's implied, it's made up of. I don't even know if it's implied. I think it's just true. The live stream is made up of memories. Okay, so yeah, that's basically what I can. The live stream is made up of memories. Okay, that's important. So what Sephiroth says here is, when the boundaries of fate are broken, new worlds, like different little splinters, are made. Okay, here and there in the live stream. We see what happens with Zack, like what happens in Remake with Zack here. Splintered off, okay?
The planet encompasses a multitude of worlds, ever unfolding. Some
Okay.
quickly perish, while others endure.
So, basically,
Yet even the most
Yeah, even the most resilient worlds.
Resilient worlds are doomed to fade.
So what he's saying is, like, even like if another world is made when you like break fate, some of them just disappear. They go away after, like, very quickly, or some last for a little bit. But all of them, at the end of the day, he said, are doomed to fail. All of them. But some of them are there, and some of them last. Important, okay?
Nevertheless, their loss is not to be mourned. For it is not death, but a homecoming that awaits them.
That line is reiterated so often in Chapter 13, as well as what Aerith said. Just think of it as a homecoming. They all return to the live stream in some type of way, okay?
In the planet's embrace, all life is as one. All born are bound to her. Should this world be unmade,
This is stuff he said in Remake.
her children.
He'd tell you that he only cares about the planet. That he'd do everything in his power to protect and preserve it. But this isn't the way it's supposed to be.
And like Aerith says there, this is not the way that things are supposed to do. Like, this is not natural. The way Sephiroth wants to go about things is not... We'll get to that. Right here, we see two things collide right here, right? The reunion.
Listen to the planet, Cloud. To her ecstatic cries, her rapture.
We just witnessed two worlds collide, reunite. And the planet doesn't like that. Cloud makes it very clear. This is ow, my head hurts. The planet is not happy.
Screaming! It's screaming!
Sephiroth's like, oh, come on, Cloud. Come on, man. Do you not see the vision here? He doesn't see the vision, okay?
Lend me your strength. Let us defy destiny together.
So Sephiroth clearly wants Cloud for this.
7 seconds till the end. Time enough for you. Perhaps, but what will you do with it? Let's see.
7 seconds till the end. Not entirely sure we have that answered. I think it has to do with what comes after this. But that's a theory that I've come up on my own. And we'll get to that. But I don't think we have this answered. Yeah, 7 seconds till the end. You remember that? Because it is a key line that happens in Remake. Because we were on this shit. We're like, what does he mean by 7 seconds till the end? What does that mean? I have my own theory that it is answered in this game. But if it's not, then we will get it in the next game. But I think I have a theory of what this could mean.
Let go of the past, Cloud. For the future is bright.
So this is Sephiroth trying to take
bear witness
full control of Cloud here.
Worlds.
He needs Cloud, and we don't know why. In the original game, he needs Cloud to bring in the black materia. In this, I don't know. He seems to need Cloud for a much bigger purpose, and the reunion of worlds, and we don't really get an answer to why.
Reunion.
So this is not what the reunion is in the original game. We are still going to get the original reunion because they imply that in a later scene, but the reunion has a whole different meaning now, and it's the reunion of worlds. These fragments of worlds. Sephiroth wants to bring them all together, and we'll get to why. I'll have to bring up Remake here in a bit. I'm going to have to bring up the end of Remake here probably in a bit. So Sephiroth is just showing him all these different memories from our world, other worlds. Because we see, like, Yuffie, like, in a cloak, which is not something we see, unless that's something to come later. Which I saw that was weird. And here, we see Cloud as a black robe. Sephiroth's trying to get Cloud to this point. He's trying to force him to this point. And Cloud's like, no, I don't want to be a part of this shit.
Very stubborn of you. Perhaps you need a little push.
Perhaps you need a little push. So, we all know what this is leading to. We all know what that's leading to. The push. And I'll get to why that is the push now compared to what it was in the OG game.
I give you my blessing.
That is answered soon as well. And then we go through a live stream portal, rainbowy portal, into the forest, to this area. All right, chat. I'm gonna use the restroom real fast. I'm sorry, I've been drinking. Hold on. All right, chat. I'm gonna crack another drink. Should I crack the mics or should I crack the White Claw? I hope you guys are absorbing everything I'm saying. And I'm not going to say I'm completely right here. I'm just kind of conveying info, and then I'm going to come to my own conclusions. Mike's too good? Yeah, I'm going to get this mango mics cracked open here in a second. Oh, boy. There's a lot to talk about with this game. There's two... And it all happens in, like, the last chapter, bro. It all happens in, like, the last chapter. It's not bad. It's not bad. I've never had a mango mics before. You're making it make sense? Okay, I'm glad. I'm glad I'm making some sort of sense of it. So, okay, so we get to the forest. Which this forest is in the original game, right? But it's not quite the same forest that we are in. We're still not back yet. We're still not back. And what does Cloud have? Cloud has the white materia still. Except for us, like, that's not... Hey, now... That doesn't belong here. That's not real.
Very poor form.
I love this line by Sephiroth. Because basically what he's saying here is like, so we're just, he's like, so we're just sending like raw material, like raw items from different timelines to here now? He basically implies Aerith is cheating. Aerith is just broken as fuck. Says, here Cloud, take this. Take it. And it just takes it across the multiverse, and just because in our timeline, Sephiroth forced Aerith's hand to use the white materia to open like a portal or something. I think that's what is implied at the end of Remake. Like to fight Fate, Aerith needed to use Holy to get us there, and he's like, I put in so much work to get rid of that, like, and now she's cheating to bring that back to us to this timeline. I can't believe it. He's very upset. My man is like, I can't believe this shit. Aerith is cheating. And Aerith is extremely broken, by the way. You'll come to find out that version of Aerith, we call her Omni-Aerith. Omnipotent Aerith. She like Sephiroth, she has knowledge of everything that happens and is able to travel through the live stream as she pleases. And that's kind of what Sephiroth is doing. The implication of this Sephiroth is that this is post-Advent Children Sephiroth that knows everything that happens and is trying to change things. But we have that version of Aerith as well. That they're playing 4D chess with each other. They are playing a different game. And even he's like, damn, I didn't know you could do that. Like, wow, she's a cheater. So yeah, we go through this whole forest scene where Sephiroth's trying to get rid of this shit. He needs to get rid of that. An interesting thing to note, when you're fighting here, you only have attack. You don't have any of your abilities, you don't have a health bar, you have nothing. You just have attack. So we're not back in the real world yet. The real world. We're still in like a weird area. I'm gonna skip this because it's just about fighting whispers. Alright, we get to a point, and now white whispers show up. Aerith has come to save us. And now we're in the forest, which was in the original game, this weird forest area.
We meet again.
Aerith with her weird talking ways. It's like, hey there, nice to see you again, Cloud. I just saw you. But she has a ribbon up. This is now our Aerith. But she's like, hey, you're back. Welcome back. And Cloud's like, oh, okay, Eric. You're okay.
Okay.
You're chilling.
Sephiroth's here,
He's watching us.
watching us.
Cloud is so paranoid. And this is stuff that's in the original game, but it plays out differently. Like there's weird forest stuff where Aerith is kind of like
Just focus on
being
yourself,
weird.
okay?
Ah, focus on yourself.
But I'm fine.
Cloud, you are far from fine. You are far from it.
Focus on you, Cloud. The one I've been trying to find. The real you.
Cloud is just like, what are you talking
Leave
about?
Sephiroth
I'm
to
me.
me. I can handle him. He's
Leave
planning to use
Sephiroth
the
to
black
me.
materia.
I can handle him. That is something to remember for later on.
Yeah.
She doesn't want Cloud to go fight Sephiroth right now because Cloud is not in the right mental state to do so. Cloud is not in a good place. This whole game has shown us Cloud is not okay.
Won't let that happen. He has to be stopped by Etc. And I'm the last.
Cloud's like, oh, I got something for you. This white materia, I think this belongs to you. Cloud is accepting she can teleport around. I'm telling you, a lot of weird shit happening. And she takes that and replaces it. Wait, I want to see, because somebody said there's the rainbow effect that we see a lot with Aerith. So Aerith gets all her like, oh, I remember what's going on now. I got the omnipotent now. I can see. She has her memories again. Past, present, future, she has them again because it's within the white materia. Because from Remake, when the white materia, you'll see here, she gives it to Cloud. She gives her the clear white materia that she had. She didn't have any of the memories that she had in Remake where she could see the future, she could know what was going to
I
happen.
appreciate it.
Cloud gave it back to our Aerith now, who now knows everything. We're back to knowing everything, playing 4D chess. And she gives this one to Cloud. And there's an idea of what's happening with this clear white material later, which I think is kind of cool what they're going to do with it. And Aerith is gone.
Aerith? Aerith!
Can't follow her, Cloud.
Aerith!
She is keeping Cloud from following her. For good reason. We can just skip this. It's just the White Whispers keeping Cloud from following Aerith here. Should get back to. And now we get sent back to our real world thing. Cloud's been knocked out. So we know that this has been like, see the green live stream thing. We're going to the live stream now. So what's implied is our consciousness got transported to a different part of the live stream, okay? So this is what happens in a real world where Cloud is just gone. He's somewhere else. Oh, hi, Tifa. It's almost like he's getting memories back of what's going on. Because the live stream was made up of memories. So our Aerith has just been walking around doing shit. We were with a completely different Aerith, okay? And this just brings more worry to the party about Cloud, of how he's just not there. And Aerith's like, oh, this is where Aerith is like, okay, I got the white materia back. I'm heading out. See you guys later. She has just received the white materia again, and she's like, see ya. And now we're fully waking up again.
Hey, hold up.
And now we're back in our real body, I guess. Oh, shit only focuses
Please
up when
tell me
Tifa
you're
shows up.
okay.
Interesting. Anyways,
I'm fine.
more evidence for my next video.
The degradation, but I thought you were done for.
Sorry to disappoint.
Well, you can thank me for the ride later. Gotta find Aerith first.
She told us that an ancient city lies just beyond these woods, and that the Cetra built a very special altar there. That's where she's headed, I'm sure of it.
Problem is, Sephiroth stole the black materia. Meaning he could destroy the entire planet any minute. And Aerith said she's the only one who can stop him.
Where is this place?
No one knows but her.
We got separated in the fog, and she's out there, all alone.
Then we'd better hurry.
The Black Whispers are like, it's this way, Cloud! Go that way!
That way.
I make it clear,
And
the
how can
Black
you be so
Whispers are showing Cloud where to go.
Sometimes you just know.
That's a very important thing to keep in mind.
Go down.
From you.
All right.
Also, there's a funny moment where Yuffie's like, hey, Aerith said that Sephiroth beat the shit out of you to get the Black Materia, because if you go back, Cloud is acting all fucking crazy and steals, basically steals the Black Materia from Aerith to give it to Sephiroth, the puppet Sephiroth wants him to be. So Aerith lies to them, and he's like, yeah, Cloud just got beat up. So it makes him look like, it hurts his pride a bit, but it doesn't make him look as bad. So thank you, Aerith, for making us not look crazy, but you know, it is what it is. It's funny because even Cloud's like, hey man, that's not what happened, I didn't get beat up. And Yuffie's like, well, that's what Aerith told us.
Separated from
Sick.
I mean, nothing really important here happens. Aerith is a real one. Does not make Cloud look as bad. And we get to the Forgotten Capital, which is fucking such a cool place. And then the Vincent is just like, yeah.
Where the ancients once gathered.
I can't wait for Vincent stuff in the next game.
Lost to time.
Vincent has a very deep connection to like Sephiroth and like the story.
Until today.
It kind of sucks that he was like a optional character in the OG, but he has a very deep connection to like the main story.
Right?
You know, I think it is. Yeah.
It's like, whoa!
He told me all about it when I was growing up. He called it the Forgotten Capital. Said it was the heart of Cetran civilization, but I never thought I'd see it.
And this place screams fancy altar. Aerith's gotta be here.
Well then, let's go get our girl.
And here come the Black Whispers again. They're like, guys, it's this way! Oh yeah, why did Red's voice change? Okay, so Red 13, he made himself to look like this old, wizened, like, creature, right? Like, he's like, I'm old and wise, and I know everything. He's just a kid. He's only, like, 16. But he's been giving everybody the impression that he's this old, wise dog. But you get the Cosmo Canyon, and they're like, he's just a kid. It's kind of like, this is really interesting. It's kind of like Cloud and Red have like a connected story in a way where they're both people that are putting on a persona. Okay? Funny, Persona! He's Ryuji's voice actor! For real? Oh, I need more alcohol. But after he goes to like his trial and everything and finds out what happened to his dad, he just talks like himself again. He's like, I don't need to be this very, I don't need to lie about who I am. So his real name is Nanaki. The only person who'll hear him call him that is Barrett, because him and Barrett have a special bond that they built up in this game, which I find to be pretty cool. Yeah, no, I like Red. Red's a cool character. And I don't know, people don't know how they're supposed to feel about the voice. In the OG game, it's kind of implied that he pretended to be as old as he is, but there was no voice acting or anything. So when they pulled that card in this game, everybody's like, wait, what's going on with Red? And then they pulled the voice thing, and people don't know how to feel about it, because I do like his like persona voice. And the guy, I forgot what his name is, that does the voice of him, is a very talented voice actor to be able to do that. Like, you know, hey, yeah, for real. And then like the old wise guy voice. He's very talented. I think it's just we got so used to how he talked that we just, I don't know, people don't like it. I like it. I don't really mind. I mean, I just see Ryuji every time he talks now, so I think that's funny. All right, we got the Black Whispers.
Go out on a limb and say those assholes are fixing to get in our way again.
Look at them, though.
Yeah. They're different. Don't belong to Fate or the planet. They belong to Sephiroth.
So this is something they don't put together until like the very end of the game, because at the end of the remake, when you kill Fate, it doesn't really show you. But, like, throughout this game, you're, like, seeing, oh, we killed Fate, and Sephiroth took control of these Whispers. That's why he wanted us to kill Fate. He wanted to be in control. So, that was step one. He baited us into killing Fate to then take control of, like, the Whispers himself so he can control things. So, they don't really put that together for a whole other game, but they finally like, okay, yeah, Sephiroth took control of the Whispers. That's not good.
I'm waiting, Cloud.
I'm waiting, Cloud. And that's the same voice line he says in Remake. I'm pretty sure he says that in Remake. Now we get a CGI cutscene. Cut the CGI! By the way, CGI cutscenes look so fucking good.
It's the end.
So, we see Meteor show up, and Sephiroth's there. It's kind of weird. And he's it's like he's sending the Whispers to absorb Meteor. But, so... And then there's Sephiroth. So, this is almost like frame for frame, exactly the same of something that happens in Remake. FF7 Remake... Chapter 19.
So
Oh my god, I don't want any commentary. Okay, here we go. I was actually rewatching through Remake for reasons. I wanted to rewatch Remake and see if I can find any more stuff to connect things to. Okay, so we get the boss. So the walk to the portal. Did it happen here? Do I need? Is it the VR mission that happens? I think it's the VR mission that it happens. I don't think it's here. Not the VR mission, but the VR. I think so. By the way, Sephiroth is always like the most badass motherfucker in the planet. Oh no, here it is. So we go through the portal, and it's almost exactly. I shit you not. It's almost exactly the same.
What the hell is this?
I can prove that. Watch this.
What is all this?
He doesn't say what the hell is this, but it's Barrett to red, which is exactly what happens. So it's almost like cut exactly the same. Which I don't know what the implication is, but there is some implication. And Barrett says, Red says this, he says this, it's the end here. So it's built upon. It's crazy how, like, it's exactly the same.
Sephiroth.
It's like same framing, same everything. Barrett watching his language. Hey, they had to lower the rating of the game. But it's like he absorbs Meteor. And then he does the cut thing again. Like, it's... And then you see Cloud do that. Like, look at this. Like, it's... But this is... That is like, we go into a portal and we go to a different area, right? This is like in the actual... We don't go into anything. This is happening real time. And there, and the bro, it's like cut the exact same way.
Good, Aaron. Pray.
And it's almost like he wants Aerith to pray, which is weird. This is the interesting part. Cuts a hole in the sky?
It's upon us. The reunion. When worlds merge. When spite and sorrow are harvested. To feed the planet.
Here comes the live stream. The reunion is happening right now. One of the reunion of worlds that he's talking about is happening. He's doing this shit. And then we see the live stream turn all black and gross. We call this the negative live stream, I'm pretty sure. It was introduced in, I think, Advent Children. Pretty sure it's like when the live stream is like, this, I will bring you despair. Sephiroth feeds off of despair, okay? That's his specialty. He loves people being in despair, okay? And he takes that despair and turns the live stream black. The negative live stream, as we would call it. So we know that Sephiroth wants to converge these worlds to kind of power himself up, it kind of seems. He's taking the live stream from these worlds and powering himself up, it almost seems like. Okay, now we have this weird shit that happens.
Why are these ones white?
I don't know. They sure don't like us.
They sure don't like us. So we've kind of come to the conclusion, these White Whispers belong to Aerith, in a way. They're not belonging to Sephiroth, they belong to Aerith. So why don't they like us? Why do we have to come down here and fight some White Whispers?
Heads up.
Kind of interesting, kind of weird. Why would Aerith be wanting to not let us? Why is she attacking us? Because she doesn't want us to come. She doesn't want us to come to her. She's trying to keep us away. Specifically, one character she's trying to keep away. I wonder which one it is. Yeah, you fight these whispers, you know. And then these black whispers make a wall. You guys cannot go through.
Like we're back on the expressway.
Letting nobody go through.
How are we supposed to get through?
Last time the Eric got through by using Holy to get us through. As what I'm pretty sure we came to the conclusion of.
Daddy's coming home real soon, honey.
Yeah, you're not getting through, buddy.
No thanks.
No, he wants nobody through. There's only one person he wants through. Cloud walks up. Black Whispers are like, okay, say the word, Cloud.
Aerith.
Black Whispers make a portal. I will give you my blessing. Sephiroth says, you're good, Cloud. The Whispers will let you through, buddy. Don't worry. I got you. I got you, Cloud. Don't worry. These White Whispers ain't shit. Your party, don't worry about them. You're okay. You're okay to come through.
Cloud, now.
It's crazy that, like, you pick up on these things after the fact, though.
She needs you. Go.
Vincent out of nowhere again. Cloud's like, yeah, I'm going. And Sephiroth's like, yes, please, come. I beg you. Lets nobody else through. The music here is also very interesting, because it's not the original Forgotten Capital music that plays. Which I know some people were upset about, but I think there's a reason for it. And we're moving forward. It's also the same music that plays when Sephiroth's explaining to Cloud what's going on in the live stream. The only reason I'm keeping on this is so we can play the music. Because we all know we love some music connections, don't we?
Oh, planet and its faithful stewards, please, lend me your strength. I know I'm doing this wrong. You never taught me how to fight, and as the last living Sephiroth, I may never learn.
But yeah, the same music that was playing, if I go to check, in the last chapter here, we go to the Edge of Creation, which the Edge of Creation is a place that takes place in Cloud's mind, okay? We beat Sephiroth here. We're gonna do some remake stuff, because it's important. So, first of all, yeah, Cloud closes his eyes, and we go through a portal, kind of similar to the one that we went through in the live stream, right? Important connection. Now we're at the Edge of Creation. Because this place is going to be very important talking about this place. It takes place in Cloud's mind. My man's head is hurting.
Careful now. That which lies ahead does not...
See, this is the same music that plays when Sephiroth's explaining shit to Cloud in the live stream. We're just going to watch this just so we can have information for later.
Our world will become a part of it one day.
So what we know now is Sephiroth says, this world will become part of the live stream. It'll fade one day. It'll be gone.
But I will not end. Nor will I have you end.
Sephiroth refuses to this guy does not want to die. He doesn't want to go. He's like, I refuse. This guy, he will never be a memory. Very important line from Advent Children. He does not want to just be just in the background. He refuses.
This is...
Because if this is Advent Children Sephiroth, he literally says at the end of this Advent Children, Cloud says, stay where you belong in my memories. And Sephiroth says, I will never be a memory. He will never...
The Edge of Creation. Cloud, lend me your strength.
This is important too for what I think is happening in Rebirth.
Let us defy destiny together.
He wants Cloud's help in the reunion.
Never.
And then we have this little moment that we're like, oh shit, this is the end of FF7. I love this part. I love this. If you have played the original game, you'll see why. Because Cloud very clearly is trying to Omni-Slash his ass. He is trying his ass off to Omni-Slash. And Sephiroth's like, I've seen this before, bro. You ain't shit. He blocks every movement, dodges everything. He's like, I've seen this before. It's okay. I love it. I love it.
Not yet.
He says, nope, you're not ready to do that. This shit's so badass. I know.
7 seconds till the end. Time enough for you, perhaps.
But what will you do with it?
But what will you do with it? Let's see.
The music. This is the important part. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about that too because I never really got to talk about that. He clearly is like, I'm trying to Omni Slash. That was the implication, and Sephiroth's like, I've seen this before. No, that's why I think something different's gonna happen in part 3. It's not gonna be traditional Omni Slash. And you see here how the black whispers are surrounding Cloud. They're all the white whispers are like, Cloud, go away, leave, stay away. And the black whispers are like, no, we got you, bro. We got you. Keep walking. These guys aren't gonna keep you out. Keep going, Cloud. Keep going. Yes, sir.
So please, tell me how to do that. I'm begging you.
Alright, now we have an interesting part. Cloud's like forcing his way forward now. Now you also see the black whispers are attacking him too. I wouldn't say attacking him, but giving him a little push, you know? These whispers are forcing his hand. I think this is all very intentional. All intentional stuff that's happening here. This almost implies that they're trying to get him to kill Aerith, but he fights this. He's fighting this. He's like, nope, I'm not doing that. This is all part of the push. This is, I don't see people talk about this enough, is you're supposed to fight this with triggers. I don't think he's gonna do that because I don't think you have to. But I think people are like, oh, the push is he's gonna kill Aerith. There's more to that than that. I think Sephiroth is trying to get Cloud to do something more than anything. And I don't see people talk about this enough. He is trying to get Cloud in a state where he's like forcefully trying to get him to do something. Yeah, I guess you don't have to fight this. Here we go. What's gonna happen? And here he comes. Sephiroth suspended in midair for like 10 seconds. He's waiting. This is very important. Boom. No! Green live stream. My man he's forcing Cloud to try to, what I think is happening here is he's trying to force Cloud to break fate here. He is trying to force his hand. And you can even, look at, Cloud struggling, and Sephiroth's you look at Sephiroth's face, it's almost like he wants him to do this. This is almost like Sephiroth really wants him to do this. And I don't know why people aren't talking about this. They're like, oh my god, Cloud, he's gonna save Aerith. I think Sephiroth wants him to do that. Very intentional here. Look at Sephiroth when Cloud's doing this. He's smiling. You think if this was not what Sephiroth wanted, he would be struggling. He's smiling. He's like, yes, Cloud, come on, you got this, bro. Come on, show me. This is the push. This is the push right here. Oh shit! Oh my god, he did it! He saved Aerith. I can't believe it. Sephiroth, get fucked. Oh my god! And then the whispers disappear. Sephiroth's like, okay, come on, guys. Come, see your friend that is alive. We see the rainbow effect, everything. And then we pan down to... Nope! No rainbow effect anymore. She's dead. She's dead. She did not make it out alive. And we'll get to her fate in a bit, but she's dead. So, okay, so what you said, Tyra, is wait to, so does Aerith like to fuck up timelines to make herself die? That could be something. We'll get to what I think Aerith is doing, but the implication is Sephiroth, it's kind of like almost meta in a way, where the whole time of marketing for this game is, will we save Aerith? That is the whole draw to this game. And I think the meta part about this game is Sephiroth saying, Cloud, you can save her. You can do it. And we clearly see him do it, right? We clearly see it happen. I think what Sephiroth does, though, is, yeah, you saved her, but it doesn't matter. What Sephiroth is he's trying to get Cloud to break in this instance. Because in the OG game, when Aerith dies, Cloud doesn't, he has like this, you'll see, he has this whole monologue to Sephiroth about, she'll never laugh again, she'll never cry again. Like, you know, he talks to Sephiroth, but ultimately he kind of like accepts, you know, Aerith died, you know? We gotta fucking go after this dude. But in this instance, Cloud is way more fucked up than he was in the OG game. And we see this because in Remake, during the whole Midgar stuff, we never see Sephiroth until like one point. Sephiroth is not like fucking with Cloud all of Midgar. That's what differentiates Remake from the OG, is when you see Remake, Sephiroth is fucking with Cloud from the very beginning. He starts messing with him from the very start. So he's already gotten to Cloud pretty heavily by this point. He's already working his puppet magic on Cloud way more than he was in the OG. And I think what he's trying to do now is he wants Cloud to break now. This is the push to break Cloud. Is, you thought you could save her, which you did. Good job. But I don't care. She's dead anyways. What breaks Cloud more is not just like it's failure. His insecurity of failing, of not being able to do what he needs to do, right? So how do you make that worse? You make him think he did it. You make him really like, oh shit, I did it! And then you just rip that away from him instantly. Just rip it away. That's how you, and it shows, like, Cloud's like, confused, he's like, wait, huh? No, I saved her, bro! I did it! What do you mean she's dead? And so what I think is happening is Sephiroth Sephiroth almost implies he has control of of converging worlds. So what is implied, what I think is happening is Cloud splits reality. One where he saves Aerith, one where he doesn't. And because Sephiroth takes that and says, we retcon that shit, we bringing it back together. She's still dead, bitch. Haha, GG's. It also could imply, because we talk about how some of these whenever you have a break in reality, a split is made, like another reality is made. Some of them last, some of them don't. It's almost like the worlds where she's saved don't last. Because the worlds where she's saved, she can't do what she needs to do to save the world. And I think people aren't accepting that, is Aerith has to die. In my opinion. She has to die. For a multitude of reasons. And how do you make this even more surprising than the original? We did save her! Oh, she's dead again. You give it that false sense of hope, you know? That false sense of, we did it. But I think ultimately she is dead. Because the realities where she is saved, they're not going to last. Because she needs to be in the live stream to do stuff with Holy. To be able to actively control things that are going on down there. So, but I don't think people are accepting that. And I get it. Wanting to save Aerith is like a big draw to like remaking this. They think remaking this is to change Aerith's fate. But I think ultimately to the story of FF7, sorry to be like a purist here, like, I don't think you can change her fate. I think it's very integral to not only the characters, but like the actual plot that's going on of what she has to do. She has to die. And I don't think people are going to like that, because they did give that sense of, this whole thing was made to save her fate, to save her. I think there's a different reason why they're remaking it. I think it's to give more... My interpretation of why they're remaking this is, to give a more full vision of what they wanted to make. Because... We can get back to the video in a second, but I want to explain this. Final Fantasy VII was made in 1997, right? There's no way they were able to completely give their whole vision to this game back in the day of what they wanted this game to be. I mean, it's Nomura, for God's sakes. Nomura and Nojima and all of them. These guys have ginormous brains that work way beyond anybody that you can talk about here. They are just crazy people. And crazy in a good way. I know people aren't going to like that because Kingdom Hearts is confusing and people like blaming Nomura. Play Kingdom Hearts, please. Like, it's not... It's more of a meme than it actually is serious. Nomura knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. Do I agree with everything he does? No. As a guy that's played all the Kingdom Hearts games, there's some shit I'm like... Bruh. No, maybe... All I say is watch one and then play from there. You don't have to play one. One is hard to get into. But these guys weren't able to fully realize their vision. And it goes to show because, you know, Final Fantasy VII, it was popular. It got a movie. It got a sequel in Dirge of Cerberus. It got a prequel in Crisis Core. It has gotten so many different things. And now it's getting remade fully. They're wanting to expand on the story. They're wanting to give more of a mystery with, like, this is technically a sequel to the OG. These characters know what happened in the OG timeline, so we're going to add a little mystery there of, like, what's happening. We're going to bring back Zack, because Zack really, like, for how as good as Crisis Core is, Zack doesn't really get to do much, especially in the OG game. He's more of a plot device for Cloud than he is an actual character. And I know people like Zack more as a plot device than a character, but I'm glad they brought him back. They brought him back to expand on his character. I don't think Zack's living by the end of this. I don't even think Zack's technically fully alive in a way. I think ultimately these characters will end up almost... There's fates... I don't think this was made to change the characters' fates. I think this was made to expand on the characters and the relationships and build upon that and kind of build upon the story and add more mystery and thing, and then also give a finality to the story. Because at the end of Final Fantasy VII, there really isn't one. I mean... it kind of is implied that the planet is like, oh yeah, humans are still a danger, kill them all off, and they're dead. And like, we get Advent Children, which takes place in between, like, the very last scene you've seen in FF7, and, you know, Advent Children takes place in the middle of there, where everything's kind of shit. You got this planet virus that, like, because the planet's like, oh, these people are a problem, let's make geostigma a thing, and start killing off people. You know, Sephiroth's not dead, you know, because technically Sephiroth is not... You find out, like, what is born in the planet will always return to the planet. But when Sephiroth was, you know, being birthed and everything, when he was... he was growing as an embryo, he was implanted with Genova cells. He is not fully from the planet. He cannot fully return to the life stream because Genova's an alien. Genova's a fucking alien. She does not belong to the planet. And they even talk about that with, like, the Gi. The Gi they built upon from the OG game. The Gi were kind of just ghosts in the OG game. But in the remake, they kind of build upon the Gi that they're not from this world, so they can't return to the live stream. So when they die, they just kind of wander around as ghosts, so they're in eternal suffering. So their answer was, let's make the black materia to summon this ginormous meteor to blow up the planet so we can fucking die. So it builds upon that, like, things that are not from this world cannot return to the live stream. So Sephiroth cannot fully return to the live stream, the planet. So Sephiroth will never fully disappear. It's kind of like what happens in Advent. That's how he comes back with the Advent Children stuff is weird and everything, but... You know, it shows that, like, what happens after FF7, everything's kind of not still great. I think what they're going to do at the end of the third game is they're going to have more of an ending for the characters and a more better, like, send-off. And a more, you know, this is the good ending. This is, we're good now. I think because Zack's send-off was protecting Cloud from dying. He really didn't have a choice. He kind of had a shitty ending where he died a hero's death defending Cloud. Aerith's death, her death was dying for the planet, but it's kind of shitty the way it happens. You know, I think there will be a better send-off for those characters and like their and everything in the next game. And I think that's what they're gonna build upon, is they get more of like a happy ending. Because I don't think Aerith and Zack are coming back. I just don't think that's happening. Because I think that goes against what Aerith's death also means to the characters. Because you'll see here is what fucked up Cloud the first time when he was already fucked up was Zack dying. Watching his best friend die right in front of him. He couldn't accept that, so he completely forgot about Zack. Completely buried that, and then he became Zack. He's like, oh yeah, I did all that stuff. Because I can't accept my best friend died. Same thing with Aerith here. Like, what they're trying to do with Aerith. Aerith didn't die. But I think Aerith is playing more of a part in this. Because Sephiroth is trying to fuck up Cloud harder. You'll see I don't think Cloud clearly can't accept that she died, and I think Aerith knows that she's not ready for that. He cannot accept death, and the beautiful thing about FF7 is the theme of loss and learning to accept loss and still move on from it. Because if you look at all the characters, Barrett, he lost his wife and his whole village, and his best friend, and like Tifa lost her dad, her mom, the whole village. She's losing Cloud. And she still learns to persevere. Aerith loses her mom. And, you know, she loses Zack. All these characters lose somebody. And they build upon that with Yuffie. Yuffie, like, in the Yuffie DLC, you see she had, like, one of the guys from Wutai that she's really, one of her best friends. She loses and learning to move past that. Red loses his family. Like, loss is so important to Final Fantasy VII. It is the important thing about this game. So, bringing Aerith back kind of defeats the purpose? Because her death is the most important death in the to everybody. Because, like, every character has, like, a different, person they lose. But the whole party loses Aerith. Every single one of them, she dies to all of them. They lose her. And it's learning to move past her death is what makes the party stronger, and being like, we have to go fight this fucker that killed our friend and put him in his place, because fuck that guy. So I just feel like bringing her back defeats that purpose entirely. And everybody's going to say, well, what about Zack? I don't think Zack is coming back. I think Zack is back in like the live stream is made of memories. And what we think that dream, Aerith talks about that dream world where this is my dream. This is my dream. That world they were in, this is my dream. She makes that very clear. That world, what people are theorizing and what I kind of can see is Aerith takes fragmented memories of her, like, of herself, of people close to her, and she takes them and makes her own little world, And it plays in... Remember I said, remember all the characters that are in that world? They're all characters connected to Aerith and her memories. Cloud's there, Zack's there, Elmira's there, Marlene's there. You see the rest of the party there. Those are all people that are connected to her. She's taking memories from across, like, different areas in the live stream and made her own little haven, safe haven. But even that place, it's fading because Aerith is fated to die. So that place will disappear eventually. That's what I think is that world is. And I think, but then that kind of brings in the thing, what's happening with Zack? Is this like a physical place where we can take, show it later, she takes Zack and puts him in different places. So it's kind of like weird, but the places she puts Zack's aren't like, they're not physical places, and we'll get to see that here in a second. Like these worlds that are in the live stream are like memory worlds. I don't know how to explain it, how to make it make sense, but they're not like I said, they're not traditional multiversal worlds. And it even shows that with the white materia. Cloud doesn't take the physical white materia back to his world. He takes it to like this other dream state, gives it to Aerith, and then he comes back to his senses. It's almost like he's giving her memories back, transporting her memories back. And then it powers up her materia again. But then we physically see him have the clear materia. So it's also, it's just so weird. It's hard to fully have a conclusive state of what's going on. But what I will go back to saying is, Aerith dying is very important to the story and the characters, and bringing her back kind of defeats the purpose. And we'll get to what Aerith is doing, because I think Aerith is the professional gaslighter. She is now officially the professional gaslighter. And Sephiroth even kind of brings it later. He talks about it later. We'll get to it. But just know, Cloud thought he saved her, but inevitably she still dies. Very sad. And this is very samey of what happens in the original game. You see the white materia fall into the water. This is almost scene for scene what happens. And we know this is like kind of like a convergence of worlds, because let's go back a little bit. Because if Cloud is standing in the same spot he was standing when he stopped Fate. He's standing in, he's not like, he didn't get moved. He's still in the same spot. So it's almost like stuff came together and he's like, wait, what? He turns around and is like, what? What just happened? What, excuse me? Girl boss gaslighting, let's fucking go. We'll get to it. And Cloud's like, wait, huh? He's very confused. He doesn't understand what's going on. And here goes Sephiroth, laughing his ass off. And then we see this. This is very important, because it shows like the mind fuckery stuff that we see when Cloud's mind is fucked up. Or when somebody's memories are like all jacked up. You see him talking, but we don't hear what he's saying.
Don't wait.
And then we see him crying. But then we see him talking. And it's like, what's going on here? And it's almost, this isn't Cloud, like, this isn't, what this specific static effect is always used when it comes to memories. Not when it comes to, like, him phasing through realities, okay? This is Cloud remembering either the OG timeline or what's happening in the real timeline. Like, because if you notice, when he's crying, he's in like this rainbow effect timeline, or rainbow effect reality, which is what we've concluded is kind of Aerith's effect. This is connected to Aerith, and we'll see that more later. So it's almost like she has him in this protective field. And then what's the memories he's seeing is you don't see that rainbow effect. It's almost like this is what's happening, what's really happening, or what's happening in the OG timeline. Because what happens in this moment usually is Cloud has this whole, like I said, this whole monologue that he says to Sephiroth after she dies. And we don't hear what he says, but I guarantee that's what he's saying.
Your tears are empty.
This is Sephiroth trying to break him. He is trying to get him. It's like he wants him to break so hard.
Just right.
But he doesn't realize that Aerith is trying to protect him. He even throws her blood on Cloud. Sephiroth is fucked up, man. That guy is evil as shit. There's a theory that people think this guy is going to get a redemption in the next game. Hell no! This guy is evil! Did he choose to be evil? Not necessarily. His life situation was fucked. How he came to be and how he came to realize how he came to be. It's messed up. But he's evil as shit. This guy is not getting a redemption. But he even throws his blood at Cloud, saying, bro, she is dead. Come on. See it. Break. Come on, Cloud. Chop, chop. It's time. He goes as far to throw her blood on him to prove his point. And what happens? Hey, Cloud.
It's okay.
I'm alive, buddy. It's okay, buddy. See this? We see this live stream effect, right? This live stream effect is very important. Because why would this be here? Oh, Aerith! You're okay! Everything's fine! Sephiroth, top 3 baddest, most evil, baddest motherfuckers ever. Dude, he is the best. I love Sephiroth. I love him because he's evil. He's devious. He's malicious. He's manipulative. He's such a good villain. And he has a tragic backstory, too, to go along with it. Oh. Sephiroth, like... But yeah, Aerith's like... She has no lines. All she says is, Cloud, it's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay, Cloud. It's fine. See? I'm alive. I don't think she is. Because Sephiroth just... You remember what just happened before this? Sephiroth just took her blood and threw it on Cloud. So Eric's like, okay. Cloud's about to break. Hey, Cloud. Hey! Hey, buddy. Hey, Cloud. It's okay. See? Nothing. I'm okay. I'm all good. I'm all good, buddy. I'm all good. See? I'm fine. He's like, oh my god, you're alive. And then the party rolls up. No rainbow effect. Nothing for these guys. No rainbow effect. They don't see it. Blood. Blood. She's fucking dead. She's fucking dead. And Sephiroth's just waiting for Cloud to break, bro. This is interesting. This is the interesting part. So we gotta remember in Chapter 9, this didn't happen in the OG game. Tifa gets pushed into the live stream. She gets taken into the live stream. So she already has like this connection to the live stream that she didn't have before. And I also think, Clarence, you're not gonna like this. Aerith, no, this is like the omnipotent Aerith, right? This Aerith, and if we go back to Chapter 19, I'm gonna go to Chapter 19 real fast. Because this is where I'm gonna bring this up. And this is gonna bring him some shipping discourse, I guess. Because this is important, very important for the next game. Chapter 9. Let's go to what happens in the live stream. Yeah, that's what I mean by you gaslighting. Yes. And it's proven even more later on. So Cloud she gets put in the live stream, right? Tifa gets taken by these weapons that aren't in the original game. These two weapons that you're gonna see here are not in the original game at all. They're not things in the... We have weapons, but these two are specifically not, which is interesting. We don't know what these weapons are, but one of them is pink and one of them is blue. There's a very heavy implication of what they are. The pink one, I mean, who is associated with pink? Aerith. So we watching this, and we're riding around, and these black whispers show up. These whispers don't want Tifa to be here. No, you go away. We're gonna talk about Chapter 9 a bit, because this is important. I'm sorry if the quality's kind of ass. I picked a shitty one, I guess. White Whispers. Who are the White Whispers in control of? Aerith is in control of these. Tifa is very much a part of Aerith's plan. Because Aerith knows Tifa's important. It's crazy that Aerith knows Tifa's important, but the rest of the fucking fans of her don't. Aerith is fully aware of the importance of Tifa in this, and these whispers are here to protect her and lead her to something. And these black whispers do not... They said, go away. No. So, these white whispers... Tifa gets taken in a live stream early, and the white whispers are leading Tifa around. And then we get the whole scene with Tifa's memories and Cloud, and... Go watch this stuff. This stuff is really, really good. This is my favorite chapter in the game, because it sets up Chapter 3 very heavily. Or Part 3 very heavily. And it's just a good chapter. It's a very good chapter, especially what happens after.
Meet you.
But these white whispers are leading Tifa around. And then we come to these black whispers. Fight back. Fight back! And then who do we see? They're protecting Tifa. This is very important. And then who do we see? Ah, Sephiroth. With the black whispers. He down here. He's saying, you need to go away. So, this motherfucker does not like Tifa. If you play the first 9 chapters in this game, he is telling Cloud, every time he shows up, he's telling Cloud, hey man, how do you know Tifa's real? She's not real, bro. You can't trust her. You can't. He makes it very clear to Cloud, you cannot trust Tifa. Stop. You cannot. And people ignore that. I don't know why they ignore it. He makes it very clear. He wants Cloud away from Tifa. This man has a personal vendetta against her. He is so much so he tries to kill her here. He originally wanted Cloud to kill her, but Cloud wasn't able to do it. He pushed her into the Mako, but he didn't kill her. Because what breaks Cloud harder than Sephiroth killing Tifa? Cloud killing Tifa. That would break him more than anything. But he's like, oh, you couldn't do that? I still need to get rid of you. So I'm going to try. But yeah. And you can tell this is personal. Because Sephiroth tries to kill this weapon here. And he's struggling. He's like, come on, man. I need to get her out of here. One of the only times you'll see him actually struggle in the game. He's like, okay. They're gone for now. Good. Go away. You can't be down here. And this comes back in the end of the game. This comes back at the end of the game. That's why I'm bringing it up. But it also goes to show the White Whispers are protecting Tifa. Tifa, importante, okay? We need her. This is also interesting because I'm going to go play this out.
But not if you give up. You have to want it. Fight for it.
So we see all these characters that are trying to say...
You need to get up now, Tifa.
Everybody...
You die here.
Yeah.
Too many still depend on you.
Tifa!
Come back
Aerith
to us,
here.
Tifa.
Keep that in mind. Aerith is here. Out of all these characters, Aerith is there. All the ones that are important. And the only one's face you see is Aerith. You don't... after this point, when they stick their hands out, the only person's face you see is Aerith. Because this takes place in the live stream. This is the important, omnipotent Aerith. Okay? Tifa, we gotta go back. Come on, you're too important. Come on, Tifa. But then Sephiroth is like, I gotta step in for a second. There's Cloud is still not here. We do not see his face at all. And there's the boy. He's walking away.
Your words can't reach him now.
He is trying to sever this bond so hard.
No! Don't take him too!
It's kind of a morbid ending. It's Aerith and Sephiroth having this 4D battle. This 4D chess battle, right? You know? Aerith like, come on, Tifa, you're too important. And then Sephiroth's like, bitch, you can't do shit. You can't do shit. Give up.
Your words can't reach him now.
But regardless, this will come back around near the end. But just know, the reason that I had to explain this chapter because Tifa is part of Aerith's plan here, and she realizes this. She knows this because she has memories from everywhere. So she's plotting. She's plotting. Aerith is like the most broken character in this game. Like she's planning. And Sephiroth's broken as shit too. They're both broken. They're just controlling everything. Okay. I'm getting DDLC vibes from this shit with Aerith. What do you mean DDLC? What is DDLC? What does that stand for? Explain to me. So this... Oh, Doki Doki Literature Club. Oh, that you think she's Monica? Oh, yeah. I can see that. Just not as evil, you know? But I get what you mean. Like, it's the same situation of, like, everything's fine. This is the way it's supposed to be. Yeah, let's talk about why I brought this up in the first place. She has that connection to the live stream, right? So we have this moment now where Barrett sees Aerith dying, and they do too. But this is a very interesting thing, because usually the brain fuckery stuff we see happens with Cloud, right? We see that thing, memory stuff happen. This is interesting. This is deliberate stuff in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, okay?
Kill you!
Very clearly zooms in on Tifa, on what she's seeing. And Tifa's seeing no blood, no blood. Like, kind of like, almost like seeing two different things here. And this is why people think there's two different timelines. It's like, oh, Tifa's seeing two different things. I think Aerith is showing her, this is what Cloud's seeing right now. But Tifa doesn't understand that. She's not going to understand that. For all she's seeing is she's seeing the blood and Aerith is dead. But this is specific to Tifa. Nobody else. Nobody else sees that. It's just kind of what Tifa's seeing.
And so it begins.
And then we'll explain Sephiroth's shit here, because this motherfucker, bro. He knows how to run because Sephiroth's so scary. He's watching us. Guys, we gotta go. He's watching us. Did you guys know that if you mix red and blue together, it makes purple? Because the first game is blue, or it's more of like a tealish, I guess, because that's what I don't even know this is what we're talking about, but this brings up something what I think this thing. Remake's color is very tealish, kind of like a green blue color, and then like Rebirth's main color is mostly associated with red. Like if you look at the title, like a Rebirth, it has like a red undertone. I think the last game is gonna have like a purple undertone for like the title. I think that's what we're going towards. Rebirth. And then we'll get into what the title of the last game could be, because I have a few ideas. It's not gonna, unfortunately, it's not gonna be Reunion. They have already made it clear they used that naming for the Crisis Core remake. If they were saving that for the last game, they would not have called Crisis Core Reunion. But they did. So they have a completely different name for the last game. Completely different. And I mean, I don't know. It had, from what I can say is, we'll get to it. I'll talk about it later. But we have to talk about what Sephiroth's going to talk about. Sephiroth. So it begins.
A confluence of worlds.
A confluence of worlds and motions. So he kind of explains how he controls this shit.
Loss, chief among them.
Loss. I can control this confluence of worlds when the emotions are at its highest. The highest emotion? People dying. Loss. The core theme of Final Fantasy VII. Loss. And being angry, sad, depressed, despair. I will bring you despair. That is his favorite line. Sephiroth's favorite thing in the world is... Okay, Carla, come on. I'm gonna hurt you. Sephiroth's favorite emotion is despair. I will bring you despair. And he's like, oh, I can take despair and I can control this? Oh, perfect. So the highest emotion that controls all this is despair, okay? So how do I bring you despair? I'll kill people. Lots of loss. The core theme of Final Fantasy VII. Loss. It comes around. How do people miss this core theme of the game? Is loss. And death. And everything that revolves around it. Sephiroth wants you to feel sad and depressed. But we overcome that by accepting it and moving forward. That's how we beat Sephiroth. I shall bring Smash. Despair's frame data brings me despair. Alright. Don't remind me. You played him for like half a day. I played him for over 2 years. I don't want to hear it. Bro couldn't even stab Mario. Hey man, if it wasn't Nintendo, that Mario was dead. Mario was dead. So, that's how he explains he's doing all this is, I have to get these emotions so high. And how do I get these emotions to the point where I can do this shit? Oh, I just have to kill people that are very close to you. Who was the closest to you? Aerith. And the thing about Aerith's character that people need to realize is she has a very lasting effect on people in a very short amount of time. She's one of those people where she makes an impact on people very quickly. She leaves an impression. And so to take that away, one of the most innocent, loving, caring people, I'm going to take that away from you. And I better hope you be pissed off. I want you to be pissed off. There's only one person that's not.
Chief among them. It engulfs fleeting moments of joy, transforming them into rage, sadness, hatred.
Important. It engulfs fleeting moments. I'm going to go back so you can read this. Engulfs fleeting moments of joy, transforming into rage, sadness, and hatred. Cloud was happy. This goes back to what just happened. Cloud was so happy. So happy he saved Aerith, probably. He was like, yes! I did it! Take that shit away. Mad, he's sad, mad, angry. Immediately after. He literally explains what just happened to Aerith. He's like, you were happy she was gone. I took that shit and... Or I don't even know if Sephiroth took that, but somebody took the live stream took that shit and took it away from you. And now we have a reunion that happened. She's dead. The worlds came back together. She's still dead, buddy, because she cannot live. Took Cloud's joy and ripped it right from him.
Transforming them into rage, sadness.
But then, Aerith, professional gaslighter, the number one gaslighter.
Never have I felt them so keenly.
And he feels it right now because everyone's mad at him. Everyone's mad at him across wherever, throughout all the worlds. This one moment happened where she dies, and he's like, yes, they're all mad at me. Yeah, I feel it, the power. One person's not mad. One person is very vehemently, like, not that mad. She doesn't even say anything to him. She has no words. Which is kind of weird.
I got this.
Cloud going back to his soldier. That's one thing another thing that people don't point out is Cloud immediately kicks back into the soldier persona. He goes from breaking to soldier persona. We're right back in there. This isn't like a romantic, like, oh, this is Cloud's true self. Cloud goes back to that soldier persona, like, right now, because he says, I got this. That is like prime Cloud persona. I got this. Yeah. Because I'm the guy. Just watch. And that's kind of what Aerith wants right now because he's not ready for this. And it's even weirder. He puts her down. She shuts her eyes. She closes her... Like, you would expect if Aerith's alive, why does she not get up and help them? It's very weird that she's like, alright, go to sleep. I saw a really funny tweet where... I'm gonna call them out. A Clarith was like, "Oh my god, I don't know why she didn't get up and help. She was probably exhausted from praying." I too get exhausted from praying. Dear God, so help me. Amen. I'm really tired. I'm gonna take a nap. Like, come on, man. I'll get into another meta thing in a bit about what what they're feeling right now. I think the devs wanted us to feel like Cloud, where we just can't accept that she's dead. It's very meta. It's honestly very meta. If they're saying shit like, "Oh, she was exhausted from praying." Okay, sure, buddy. Whatever helps you sleep at night, I guess. Like, why wouldn't she just get up and hell fight? If she's alive, she gets her ass up and she fights. She does not accept this. No. She is very clearly saying, Cloud, it's okay, I'm okay. And in Cloud's brain, he's not going to put two and two together. Why did she get up and not help me fight? He's just like, oh, she's okay. Okay, we're fine. I'm going to go hurt Sephiroth now. I got you, babe. I got you. I got you. So very weird that she just, like, closes her eyes and he puts her down and she kind of just lays there. And you see the white whisper surrounding her and Cloud. Specifically, her and Cloud. Wait, babe? Yeah, Cloud's got 2 girlfriends now, bro. He's got Tifa and he's got Aerith. He's got 2 girlfriends. It's a joke. It's a joke. But yeah, they specifically are circling Cloud. And only Cloud sees these. These guys don't see it. Even Red doesn't see this. And Red is very clearly, he said earlier, I can see the whispers. He and Cloud can see the whispers. Because Red has a very deep connection to the planet and to Aerith. At least deeper than everybody else. Nobody else sees this but Cloud. And it's shown later that only Cloud sees this.
However, we'll never see the truth with such clouded eyes.
And even Sephiroth's like, you don't see the truth, do you? This man is pissed. He's like, I can't believe you think she's alive, man. He's like, after everything that just happened, you still think she's alive. This guy's not happy. He is not happy. And interestingly enough, there's a very similar line that Sephiroth says in Remake that I didn't notice until I was rewatching Remake stuff. Like here,
to protect.
We can watch what Aerith is talking about, because I feel like this is also important of what's going on.
What were we?
Let's just watch this. So, Aerith here. This is Aerith that has all her memories. Opens this. She's using Holy to open this portal. It is like a similar effect. She's opening this portal using Holy. That's where the effect disappears. And this is where we get a whole monologue from her. Wait. Do we already have... Oh, I need to go back and have Sephiroth talk. Because what Sephiroth says is important, too. Because he has a very similar line where he says... Cloud... I noticed this and I'm like, wow, what the fuck? I'm sorry that we're going back and forth. I told you this wasn't really going to be straightforward.
Okay, asshole,
just kind of figure everything out here. Kind of connect some dots. Also, rewatching Remake, it's actually kind of crazy how more fluid Rebirth is in terms of its dialogue, its voice direction. In this game, it's a little stilted in a lot of places. It's a little awkward at times, and some of the voice direction isn't the greatest. I love the voice actors they picked and the voice actors. They picked great people. It's a lot more fluid in Rebirth. A lot more fluid. So I'm glad they kind of fixed, I wouldn't say fixed that, but they built upon that and made it better. You can even tell with how Sephiroth talks,
You're wrong.
And Aerith is like, you're not supposed to be here. She is fully aware you are not supposed to be here doing this shit.
Those who look with clouded eyes see nothing but shadows.
See that line. Those who look with clouded eyes see nothing but shadows. Where he says, however he's talking. This man talks in riddles, but there's consistency to things he's saying. Like, he's basically telling the party, you guys don't see the bigger picture here. Which I find interesting. And he also says that the Cloud is like, you don't see what's going on. I just thought that was interesting. I didn't know that. I was rewatching remake stuff the other night. I was like, oh shit, he already said stuff with clouded eye. Like he's just kind of like, what the fuck? Bro has crazy ass eyes because he's not fully human. He got them snake eyes. He's Voldemort.
Everything about you is wrong.
Yeah, Aerith is like, Aerith is full, like this Aerith knows, because she has all the memories. She's like, you are not supposed to be doing this. You don't belong here. What are you doing?
All born are bound to her.
And this is kind of how like Sephiroth talks about the planet.
Will be unmade, so too shall her children.
The world won't end today. But you will.
Yeah, it's a lot. Everything's more stilted in this game, a lot more like rigid. And I think it was also built for the PS4. The Rebirth was specifically built for the PS5, so that had a lot more room for fluidity and stuff like that. So it's, I don't know, I want to point that out. I just want to point that out. It's a lot more stilted in this game, unfortunately.
Listen.
Another situation where he's saying, listen to the planet, and the planet is screaming. The planet is trying to stop them. Same thing that was happening in the live stream with Cloud. And then we cut to what's happening with Zack over here. Oh, shit. Wait, what?
My hero!
How did I get here? Hey! What the fuck? How did I get here, bro? What the hell?
You.
I hit 0 and it sent me like to the first video. Yeah, I get sent the Zack stuff and we're like, what the hell? Oh, this is a situation, by the way, where when did we see the stamp thing? We see a stamp bag fly somewhere, and I don't know where it is. Jesse. But yeah, Fate is trying to stop them. Sephiroth's gonna just cut a hole in Fate, and he's like, meet me in there. Chop chop. I'm waiting, Cloud.
I'm waiting, Cloud.
Motherfucker is obsessed with Cloud Strife. I just want to watch this just to get some more context for them.
No return.
Aerith still knows what's like going on. She still has her memories because the white materia is still the white materia. Here we go, cast the portal, open the portal.
Destiny's crossroads.
Then why did you stop me?
I'm not really sure.
What will we find on the other side?
You waiting for it to stop raining? Hey man, I like rain.
Freedom.
Boundless freedom.
Boundless, terrifying freedom.
The unknown journey. What is going to happen?
Never-ending sky. What you heard just now were the voices of the planet.
Yeah, this is still Aerith that knows everything. She's talking like she's talking different. She has a different demeanor. She knows a lot more than she's gonna explain a little bit more. Omnipotent Aerith, okay?
Those born into this world, who lived and who died, who returned, are howling in pain.
Because of him, Sephiroth?
Their words, they don't reach him. All these moments and memories. Precious and fleeting.
Precious and fleeting. Just like how these worlds are fleeting moments in like the live stream. Words are very important.
Pain rolling off his back.
But also, she brings up memories. Live stream's made of memories.
And when they're gone, he won't cry or shout or anything.
Basically, what he told Cloud is, you know, there's no reason to mourn. He explains to Cloud, like, there's no reason to mourn these worlds. It's normal. No cry, Cloud. Be emotionless, just like me. And she's saying that he won't. This is all set up for what, like the live stream sequence, like him Sephiroth explaining Rebirth. This is all set up for that as well.
He cares about the planet. That he'd do everything in his power to protect and preserve it. But this isn't the way it's supposed to be.
Basically, Omnipotent Aerith being like, he's fucking shit up. This isn't how shit is supposed to happen. Like, he's messing things up. It's not the natural order of things.
There's no greater threat to the planet than him. Sephiroth has to be stopped. He has to be. And that's why I'm asking you to help me. I know that together we can do this. But if we do, we'll be changing more than fate itself. If we succeed, if we win, we'll be changing ourselves. I guess maybe that's why I hesitated.
Planet be screaming, bro. Get this thing out of my system. Sephiroth, the parasite.
He has to be stopped. And frankly, I've heard enough howling for a lifetime.
Yeah, that's basically what's happening here. I'll keep that open just in case anybody goes. But I just wanted mostly to connect the lines of him saying clouded eyes, because it's consistent. He's consistently saying this shit. He's basically telling people you're not seeing the bigger picture. And in this case, he's like, Cloud, come on, man. I worked so hard for this. I worked so hard to make you break, and you still don't see the truth.
We'll never see the truth with such clouded eyes.
You refuse to see what's going on.
After all, you're just a puppet.
My puppet. Then we get into the Genoa fight. And this is where we like storytelling through video games, through gameplay. So everyone's pissed. They're like, Aerith is dead. Our friend, she's gone, and we gotta kill this bastard, okay? Cloud, Aerith is fine. I still gotta fight Sephiroth, but Aerith is fine. We get into the fight. Everyone has limit breaks. And I have this blocking on accident, but this is kind of funny for the reveal. Guess who doesn't have a limit break? Cloud, you're lacking a little bit of anger here, buddy. Where's your limit? Where is it? Cloud's not mad, because he's like, Aerith is alive. I just saw her alive, bro. She just talked to me. I'm still going to fight you because I'm mad, but I'm not, like, angry. Like, we need to kill him. He thinks she's alive. And I love this because it's like so subtle. I didn't even notice this when I played the game. I had this pointed out to me and I was like, oh shit. Cloud doesn't have a limit. Everybody else has full limit. It's actually baller story. It's so good. Because it just shows like Cloud's mental state is in a completely different spot than everybody else's. And it goes Aerith's thing worked. She protected Cloud from breaking. He's like, Aerith, I'll come back, baby. It's okay. I'm going to go fight this alien. I'm going to try to stop Sephiroth. I'll come back for you. Don't worry. I got you. He's fine. He's chilling. These guys are like, oh, you're dead now. Oh, you're fucking dead. I just think that's insane. Like, it's so good. So good storytelling. It's just, Man, more games should do that. More games should do that. Let's get to the fight, because there's not much that happens. I do want to talk about something, just because I thought it was cool. Because one of the coolest parts in the game is in this. I got to it right on point. This is just Kino right here. What happens here? I love this part of the game. It's just so peak. It's like RPG goodness. It's such a good moment because these people will consider, like, I don't know if people like this. The main 3 party members of this game, the first 3 you get to, and the ones you get to know the most, are Barret, Cloud, and Tifa. They are the party to me. Like, that is the party. And they make that... Aerith and Sephiroth are like a different level to me. They're like big bad, one that's gonna counteract that. They're fighting a different battle. They're important in a different way. These are like the grounded human characters of the game. That fucking go through it all, and they just give him this fucking sick ass moment, bro. I love it. It's just so peak. It's just peak, bro. It's just good. I love these 3 characters to death. And then we get the sick ass Genova theme. Okay, we're gonna skip it though. I'm sorry. I'll listen to you later. This fight was weird, by the way. This is where we get into the boss rush. Okay, so we defeat Genova, Life Clinger. By the way, called Genova Life Clinger. In the original game, it's just called Genova Life. In this game, it's called Genova Life Clinger, as if somebody's holding on, like clinging on to somebody being alive. It just might be good story. It might just be good gameplay storytelling. I don't know. But here we have White Whispers show up and heal our party. The White Whispers show up and rainbow effects. Woo! What's happening? Oh, hey Zach. What's up? What are we doing here?
White, as far as the eye can see.
Hey, anybody there?
Because from here on out, we have a different thing that's happening. Oh, hey, White Whispers. Hey, Zach, look, it's Cloud. Go to him. This is weird. Interesting. What's going on here? We're in the live stream still, by the way. A place made of memories.
How about that?
And we'll find out where we're going to get to after this.
Well, nice to see you too. So, I hear you've been pretty busy.
Let me tap in. We're at the edge of creation now. Specifically, only Cloud is. The edge of creation takes place in Cloud's mind, as it is so heavily implied. So Zack is now in here in the mental battle to help Cloud with his This is now a battle for Cloud's mental. This is a mental battle for Cloud now. But it's also weird because we'll see interesting things happening with the boss. It's kind of weird. But Aerith specifically says, "Hey Cloud, Zack, you need to go help Cloud out for a second. Go over there." He's like, "Hey, we don't have time for this. We'll catch up in a sec." By the way, this was... I thought they were going to save the Zack and Cloud stuff for part 3, but no, we got it in part 2, which makes me think I know what they're going to do in part 3. I have an idea. It's kind of corny, but I think I know what they're going to do. Also, remember this stance that Zack is standing in. Remember that stance. So, now if what we know is going on is true, we're now fighting in Cloud's head. This is Cloud's mental space. Because there's a part of Sephiroth that lives on through Cloud in his head. So we gotta fight that shit. And we have the same thing that happened in Remake, where we have, and the original game, where it's the cut and flash and everything, but we have Zack here this time. And then we fight with Zack.
Cloud, you ready?
And then we have full boss fight. Skip that. Does this guy use Zack's limit? Oh, he doesn't use Zack's limit. Zack's limit is fucking fire. A fire connection to the Crisis Core. You beat Sephiroth.
Just as worlds unite, so too do they part.
So here Sephiroth says, we can bring these worlds together. We can converge these moments. I can also split them in half. Take them away. I bring them together. I can take them apart as well. I am the guy. I can do that. So basically, he says, Zack, get the fuck out of Cloud's head. Go back to the live stream, my guy. Get out of here. Go away. You're in my way.
Cloud, save her.
And Zack says, Cloud, save her. Zack doesn't know that what has just happened. Zack has no idea that this has already happened. So everybody's like, oh, Cloud is still going to save her. Zack's not going to know that. Like, he's going to have a hope that you can. So he got rid of Zack. He said, get out of here. Go away. Go back to where you came from. Wherever that was.
Alone at last. Shall we?
Sephiroth only wants to be alone with Cloud. It's so cute. He just wants some alone time. And then we get Sephiroth Reborn. So in the old game, this was known as Sephiroth, Bizarro Sephiroth. This was a part of a final boss fight where there was different forms of Sephiroth. They're using this now. So that, I mean, we're still going to get safer Sephiroth in the last game, right? But I think there still might be more to it. But they're giving us different phases of the Sephiroth fight to kind of make up for Sephiroth is the final boss of every game. And we never get the fight like... in the original game, you never get to fight, like, human Sephiroth. Or soldier Sephiroth. You don't get a boss fight with actual... The boss fight is, you see Sephiroth, and basically you just have that whole flash, like, you know, you have all those flashes between the characters, the Sephiroth and Cloud, and you only have Omnislash. You just Omnislash his ass. That's the only time you get to fight, like, human Sephiroth in the OG game. So, it's cool that we get to fight human, actual, like, Sephiroth with a sword and a moveset. But this is how they make up for that like being the same in every game. Is one, they'll change the moveset every game, and two, they give us like different forms of the final boss fight, which is get Sephiroth, Bizarro Sephiroth, or Sephiroth Reborn now. So we get to fight this ugly ass fucker.
Don't care how big you get.
I'm finishing this. Let me get this boss fight. Then what happens? And then you get these white whispers coming through a portal to help Cloud. So these white whispers are now helping out Cloud in his mind. Alright? Then you fight this shit. And then you do your part. And then Sephiroth, like, opens up a portal and sends whispers through the portal. Like, go. Leave. And those whispers go back to our world and kind of manifest a version of Sephiroth Reborn as well. Don't exactly know how that works, but that's what's happening, okay? Okay, I can't explain everything. I'm not like the best. Another thing to point out that this is Advent Children Sephiroth. There's a lot of things that points out that this is post-Advent Children Sephiroth. We got to go back to Remake for a minute. One, the things you fight here, these like, I don't know if we can, if this is before the Whispers. You run into these 3 Whispers. All 3 of them have a specific thing. One has a gun. One has 2 guns, sorry. 2 guns, specific. One has a sword, and one has a fist. But, specifically, has 1 fist, not 2. So originally people thought, oh, these are just future versions of, like, Cloud, Tifa, and Barret, right? Not exactly. So these specifically more line up with the Advent Children from the movie Advent Children. Because this guy's got 2 guns, not 1, not just 1. This guy's got 1 fist, not 2, and he's lightning-based. And then this guy's got a sword. They line up with the Advent Children. So that's one link there. Is these Whispers are like forms of the Advent Children. Interesting. And if you look at the big giant Whisper, he's purple. Who do we associate purple with?
We can beat them.
There's only one character we associate purple with. Sephiroth. So we're implying this giant fate thing is like a future version of Sephiroth or some shit. I don't know exactly, but that's besides the point. What I wanted to get to is not just the Advent Children that you fight, but what comes after, because this is important to explaining what Sephiroth we're fighting. Okay, I forgot what it is. So we fight the Whispers, right? The Whispers. This is very clear storytelling. The Whispers go ahead and summon Bahamut. Interesting. So we're fighting Bahamut here. We're fighting a Whisper Bahamut. Okay. Oh. Sephiroth goes ahead and summons Bahamut Arisen. That's 2 cases of us fighting Bahamut. What is the main summon that we fight in Advent Children that gets summoned? I think it's Bahamut. Very, very clear connections here. Very, very clear. Why is it always Bahamut? I get it, he's like the face of the summons, right? He's very popular. It's Bahamut. It's very... But it's very, very intentional. Extremely intentional. Another clear indication. Advent Children Sephiroth, everybody! Post-Advent Children Sephiroth. So we fight Bahamut, okay? Or have a form of Bahamut. Yeah. And then we get to Zack stuff. Sephiroth once again sent him into another fucking weird portal thing. Oh shit, flowers? Okay. So Aerith led him to this place, wherever it is. And it seems to be a world that's on the verge of destruction.
What in the hell is going on?
That, you know, Zack is supposed to be the player in this moment. We have no fucking clue what's going on on first playthrough. Zack is just like, what is happening? Somebody want to tell me what's going on? It's very funny like that. But yeah, we see these Whispers come through. And Sephiroth Reborn is here. Okay. So we're fighting Sephiroth across the live stream here. And here we have an interesting moment where Zack and Cloud do the Soldier Creed, but there's no way for Cloud to really know this, and they do it in sync, as if like they're still connected in a way. It's kind of weird that they do it in sync. Like you look at Cloud here, Cloud's almost like, oh shit, I gotta do this shit now. It's almost like it's really, I don't know if they did this for fan service or they did this like to try to tell us something. It's really interesting. I don't know, because Cloud should have known this shit. Well, I guess he would know it in a way, but he wouldn't remember it right at this point. And then we fight Sephiroth Reborn here, in this area that Aerith brought Zack to. This is the big boss rush. So we're all fighting Sephiroth Reborn across the time, across whatever, right? And he's still not dead. And then we have this final phase. Got this final phase, which was annoying to deal with. And we beat his ass, okay? We beat him.
You gotta be kidding me! He still ain't dead!
And then Sephiroth is back. Ah, shit. And he grips that sword like he is mad. He's like, come on, man. Just break already!
Sephiroth!
Ooh, White Whispers, Rainbow Effect? What's happening? Remember, this takes place in Cloud's mind. We got a portal with Aerith walking through. Rainbow Effect and all. Makes it very clear to show that she has her ribbon still. Which she doesn't have that. She doesn't have that back in our world, okay? I think that's intentional. But this is the omnipotent Aerith from the live stream. She has come to help Cloud. She's here in Cloud's mind. She's here to protect Cloud's mind from Sephiroth. That is what's going on here. I am going to help you fend off Sephiroth for now, Cloud. We are going to get him out of your head for a little bit, okay?
Together.
And it shows that, like, this by her purifying, like, his mind, like, this area. It goes from, like, this dark, rocky area to, like, this white area with lots of water and pure. She's trying to protect. This is her check. This is her check to Sephiroth. It's not a checkmate because it's still not over yet, but this is her, like, her chess move, all right? I'm here to stop you, Sephiroth, for now. Stay away. And you'll see this in a second with what Sephiroth says.
I must admit, I underestimated you.
Sephiroth was not he was not talking to Cloud. He was talking to Aerith. He's like, I didn't expect this. You got me. Okay. I wasn't ready for this. I'm going to try to fight your ass now to get him out, to get you out so I can take him over. He's trying to take his ass over, right? Make him his puppet. Join me, Cloud. It'll be fine. He underestimated what she can do because she's a cheater. She's got Game Sharks. She's got action replay. She's got aimbot. I mean, she literally does have aimbot. She has a move that makes her basic attack like basically aimbot. She's just a cheater. She's broken as shit. Has this entire sequence with Bizarro Seph happened in Cloud's mind? For the most part. Sephiroth sent a version of it out into the real world. Like you saw, he cut a part of Cloud's mind open and sent the Whispers out and said, go fight the rest of the party too. Go kill those guys. For the most part, it's happened in Cloud's mind though, yes. This whole fight is this fight in particular is taking place in Cloud's head. Aerith is here to protect Cloud from losing himself. Oh, important dialogue too. Important dialogue. By the way, I'm going to talk about the version of One Winged Angel that's here, because it also plays into what they're building toward.
I saw what you did back there, Cloud. Thank you.
Thank me later. This ain't over.
Okay, let's finish this.
Dialogue, especially delivery, is very important. He said, I saw what you did, Cloud. Thank you. I appreciate. And it's not... People are saying, oh, it's because he saved her. No, she's just thanking Cloud for trying. In my opinion. She's thanking Cloud, thank you for being there. You were there. I appreciate it. And Cloud's like, it's fine. Just thank me later when we get this done. And Aerith's like you see how she says right. She's like, right. Yeah.
Okay, let's finish this.
It's almost like she's like, yeah. Yeah, sure. Okay, fine. We'll do this. It's almost like she's like, yeah, she's lying to him. She's like, yeah, I'll thank you later. Don't worry about it. She's not alive. She's not. And she knows this. She knows this. Dialogue and delivery is very important. Cloud is very certain, like, yeah, just thank me later. It's not important. And Aerith's like, that's the only time I'm going to get to thank you, but we'll get to it. Okay, we'll fight his ass. And then she has more dialogue with Sephiroth, too. Important thing here. Not even just the music. Sephiroth does that. Now, where have we seen that? In the Smash trailer, of course. We saw him do that to Mario. The only other time... I'm joking, by the way. The only other time he does the skewer is in Advent Children. He does this to Cloud at the end of the movie when he's fighting Cloud. This is the only time he does this like that. That's why that Sephiroth in the Smash trailer. I mean, they confirm it's like Advent Children Sephiroth. The design is the same. They add Advent Children music. This is Advent Children Sephiroth right here. He knows what's going on. This is full. It's just more. It's just playing into it more. Like there's so many things that play into it, man. It's actually crazy.
One more shot.
What do you make of it?
You can't hear because it's like loud as fuck. But just read what he's saying. But Cloud, like Sephiroth is taunting him. He's like, Cloud, what do you think? Is this real? Or is this fake? And Cloud's like, that's not gonna work on me anymore. And Sephiroth laughs afterwards. He's like, he's still fucking with Cloud because Sephiroth knows this isn't. She's not real, Cloud. This is still in your head. Is it real? Is it fake? And Cloud's like, it's not gonna work on me, man. At least in this moment, it's not gonna work on him. Sephiroth's like, okay, it's not gonna work for now. Fine. But everybody's like, oh, Cloud's mentally fine because he said that shit's not gonna work on him anymore. Cloud's fine. He's so fine. In this moment, he might be fine because Aerith is there protecting his mind. By the way, another thing that points out that Aerith is really broken, and I've gone and seen people do that, when he does like moves like this where you have to attack his wing or Masamune, if you attack it with Aerith, like Aerith's abilities like Sorcerer's Storm or Soul Drain, it like instantly breaks it. Instantly. You're watching Cloud like sit here, smack it away, try to do damage to it. He's doing like no damage. If you attack it with Aerith's abilities, it like insta breaks it. It's actually kind of funny. Aerith is broken. There's the skewer again. Boop. And then there's more dialogue with Aerith here in a minute.
This one's for you.
All of it's intentional. All of it's intentional, guys. Like I said, I could be wrong about things, but there's very clear things that are happening here. Said, go. I killed you. You're supposed to be gone. Go away. Your part in this is done. Stop. Stop playing this game with me. Go. He wants her gone. He said, just go away. And that's the last of the dialogue. But yeah, if you attack Masamune with Aerith, like her like abilities, it like insta breaks it. Cloud doesn't do shit to that. I don't think anything else dialogue-wise happens in the fight. I will say though, the music though, it like gets to a point. It's very like. see if I can get to a point where I can hear it. It's building off the last Advent One Wing Angel from Remake, and it's slowly building towards like Advent Children, the Advent Children version of One Wing Angel. One Wing Angel for Advent Children has a very specific. It's very unique in the term. It has like guitar, like metal guitars that play, and you like hear the guitars here in this moment. It's slowly building towards that theme. It is slowly building towards the One Wing Angel that we know and love from Advent Children, because it's by far the best version. Like it's so good. I love the story behind how One Wing Angel was written, dude. It's such a good story. How the composer even became to be the composer for FF7 is an amazing story. It's crazy. And then you beat Sephiroth here. And Sephiroth is beaten. And he is not happy. He is like, God damn it. He's like, fuck. The pose. I don't know. Like I said, a lot of things in this game are intentional, especially in this last chapter. They go to show you, earlier in this fight, they go to show you how Zack stands with the Buster Sword, right? They very clearly show you. That's Zack's stance. Cloud's stance is the double hand, like, holding in front of him. That's how he usually holds it. Zack holds it like this. And they very deliberately show that. Very deliberately show that. And like I said, this could mean nothing. This could just be like, oh, Cloud's holding the Buster Sword like that. I think that's I think that's deliberate. Why is he standing like, why is he holding that shit like Zack right now? Why is he doing that? Bro think he's Zack? I mean, his mind is still not fixed. Like, he remembers Zack, which he didn't in the original. He does not remember Zack this early in the original game. He does not. So he remembers Zack, but he still thinks a lot of the stuff he did is the stuff Zack did. He still thinks he did all that shit. So in a way, he still thinks he's him. But this is like, I don't know. It could mean nothing. It could just be like, oh, Cloud wanted to hold it like that for once. He never has once held it like that in anything else I've seen, from what I can tell. This feels deliberate. But, I don't know. Just wanted to point it out. Just wanted to point it out. And Sephiroth's like, alright, fine. I'll leave for now.
Why is he laughing?
Because.
And there's the classic stance.
Isn't over.
Yeah, Sephiroth's like, we're not done here, Cloud. Don't worry, we'll be back here. And then we have the White Whispers come in, you know, blah 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 blah. Cloud, we gotta send your mind back to the real world right now, okay? We gotta send you back. This is the I wouldn't say the final, because he talks to Aerith at the end of the game. This is almost like the final, like, okay, Cloud, this is it. This is it, Cloud. I gotta go.
Ready?
I have to go. Advent Children reference, by the way. They don't hold hands in Advent Children, but the back-to-back thing is... And this is Aerith. This is Aerith sending Cloud back. This is Aerith, everybody's like, oh, it's so romantic. No, Aerith is just sending Cloud back here. It's a nice little moment between them, and then she's gone. She's back. She's heading back to the live stream. She's got to head back. She's got things to do. Cloud's got things to do. We gotta send you back. I protected your mind for now, but it's not done. We're not done here. And then we send Cloud back. And then we get this moment with Zack. White Whispers. It almost implies that Aerith has the ability to converge worlds as well. So I'm not really sure. I think that's another implication, is that Aerith has the ability to merge these worlds in the live stream as well. As she she did it with Zack, so, and she still does it with Zack here. For now. Zack, your job is not done.
See ya.
And we still don't get a Zack and Aerith reunion in this game. It makes me so sad. Next game, it's gonna happen. And then we get sent to back to our world. This is like the live stream where Aerith is at, I guess. I don't know. It's all white. It's all white implies like live stream stuff. And we get pulled back to reality. No whispers. No white whispers. No nothing. No rainbow effect. No nothing. She is dead. To these guys, at least. She is dead. Wait till Cloud walks up, though. Cloud walks up. White whispers, specifically around Aerith here. By the way, look at how this... Everything is clear. Everything is clear to these characters. Like, there's no filter. No nothing. I don't think people are pointing this out either with this. It's important. It's very important. Got this like filter over Cloud's, like it's not clear at all. He's got clouded eyes. As Sephiroth said, you'll never see the truth with such clouded eyes. He's not seeing what everybody else is seeing. And people are like, the implication that people are getting is that he's seeing between realities. I don't think that's what's happening. I think he's himself denying the fact that she died. So he's choosing, this is what he chooses to see. Because he did the same with Zack. I mean, Genova had a part in it, but Cloud likes to bury like painful things. He buries those thoughts because he can't accept it. So this is him. He doesn't see the truth. Like, look how, like, it's just a filmy, it's like, it's not a clear filter. It's very unfocused. Also, another thing that's, like, shows that, like, it's different for him is she's laying on her side here. Well, for him, she's laying on her back. She's not laying on her back for them. She's laying on her side. Because that's where he left her. He left her laying there. That's how he left her. And he walks into these white whispers. Rainbow effect. Whispers. None of the party is around. Oh, he just reality walked. Come on, man. He's not warping through realities here. Let's have some common sense. Let's have a little bit of common sense here. He didn't just planeswalk, okay? If anybody understands that reference. He didn't just planeswalk. In my opinion. He's not walking through reality here. This is Aerith's little... This is her check to Sephiroth. Is, I'm going to make Cloud still believe I'm alive. I have to. Because if I don't, he's going to break right now. And we can't let that happen yet. That's not what's supposed to happen. He's not ready to accept that she's dead. And this is where it gets even... This is where stuff starts getting weird. Because it's like clear. It's like Cloud walks up and he just like walks into another reality. Like, do you think the party would see him disappear? The party would see his ass disappear if he walked into another reality. You also think it would be weird, like if he didn't walk in reality and he's seeing different realities, he picks up Aerith and says, "Hey, wake up!" And the party's just like, "Cloud, she's fucking dead." Like, don't you think they would be? They start getting weirded out by him, but they would be weirded out by him sooner. She's blocking Cloud. She's purposely gaslighting Cloud. That is the impression I'm getting. Is she is purposely gaslighting Cloud. I know that's not the best word, but she's not showing him the truth because he's not ready for it. Because the way Sephiroth went about it, he would have broke right then and there. He gave him the impression he could save her, and he couldn't, and he ended up taking that away from him. So this is her. I don't have a chess piece, just like check to Sephiroth, and Sephiroth's like, okay, you got me. I wasn't ready for that play. He wasn't ready for it. He even said, I underestimated you. Yeah, he picks her up here. None of the party's around. The Whisperers are surrounding them. This isn't... Everybody's like, oh, it's so romantic. It's not supposed to be romantic. And that's not how it reads to me.
Wake up.
Cloud's like, yeah, Aerith, come on, wake up! I'm back! And she wakes up. Like... What? Cloud says, wake up, and she wakes up. It's almost like she's, like, listening to him. Like, she's like, okay, Cloud, you told me what to do? I got it. By the way, no ribbon or anything. No ribbon. Which I don't know if that matters, but... And Cloud's like, oh my god, you're alive. She doesn't say anything. She says nothing. Absolutely. She said no words then. Then we have the weirdest skip in the entire game. We go from Aerith is alive! Oh my god, I can't believe it! She's alive! Wait. Where's Aerith? We just had the biggest skip ever. Like, what? How did we get here? Where's Aerith? Why does everybody look depressed? What's going on? There's a very important scene that is skipped. Deliberately skipped! Deliberately skipped! We are robbed! We are robbed of the goodbye to Aerith here. Okay, we get the death scene. Sephiroth kills Aerith, right? Boom. Oh. Only falls in. We get this scene. Very iconic scene. Very important scene. Cloud taking Aerith and laying her in the lake. Lay her to rest with Holy. So she can pray. And do what she needs to do. This is a very important scene to the game. Like, very. Because this is their goodbye. This is laying her to rest. We don't see this. We're robbed of this scene. Very, very weirdly robbed of this scene. Why don't we see that? We're seeing this. We're seeing the after effect. Everybody's like distraught. Because to them, they just saw Cloud walk out there and put Aerith in the lake, lay her to rest. She's gone. Her body is put back. She's returned to the planet. But we don't see him do that. This is where we're getting to the part where Cloud's the unreliable narrator, guys. We're seeing things from Cloud's perspective. He didn't do that shit. Aerith woke up, bro. She's alive. What do you mean? I didn't do anything. We're chilling, bro. Like, you'll see this too. We are Cloud now. Yes, that is what they're doing. Starting with the scene after we get sent back. We are Cloud. We are Cloud. We are supposed to be seeing things from Cloud's perspective. And when we see anything from anybody else's perspective, things are a little weird. Like, to them, they just watch Cloud put Aerith to rest. She's dead. She's gone. Everybody else just saw Cloud do that. Cloud doesn't remember doing that, of course. But they just saw Cloud do that. That's why they're all sad. Aerith is gone. And how does Cloud react to that? How does Cloud react? We gotta go, Cloud. We gotta get the fuck out.
Yep. Sounds good.
He sounds like the most insensitive person in the world. Yeah, I know Aerith died, but we really gotta go. And Cloud's like, yeah, no, let's go. We gotta get out of here. Let's go. What? Cloud thinks she's alive. He's like, it's fine. Everything's fine. We beat Sephiroth. He's gone. Dude really said, he's like, let's go. Let's bounce. Let's dip. You're right. We got to go get Sephiroth, guys. He's still not gone. Let's go. It's time. And Tifa's reaction is just like...
Yep. Sounds good.
She's like, oh my god. Cloud. We'll get to what happens next. By the way, speaking of Tifa, she doesn't say a single word from the end of the game to now. From when they went to Aerith's body to the end of the game, she does not say anything. She just says nothing. You gotta feel so bad for Tifa, man. You gotta feel so... She's got a lot of weight to pull in the next game. And she does become, like, the main protagonist for a little bit. She's gonna be, like, a big focus. And I'm not saying this as, like, a biased person. She's legit gonna be a big focus in the next game. And she's got a lot of weight to pull in terms of how much she's got to keep this fucking squad together. Because it's a lot. It becomes a lot. And it's mainly because this motherfucker does not make it easy. Not his fault. It's not his fault. But he does not make it easy. Oh, Cloud does not make it easy. Because Cloud is fucked. And everybody thinks he's mentally fine at the end of this. Like, a specific group of people, not going to specify. I mean, I've already kind of haven't. They think he's okay. They think Cloud is mentally okay. And I got to say to you, fuck you. You don't understand what's going on. Because he's not okay. Yup, sounds good. It's good. And then he gets a little mind flash, mind fuckery. And this filter, this specific filter, the pinkish filter, is used before. It's used specifically when remembering an actual memory. In, like, when you see, like, you'll see it, I think you saw it in, like, Intergrade with Yuffie, when she's remembering stuff on Sonon and stuff like that. They use the same exact filter. Like, this is an actual memory that he's having. He's remembering this. But his brain is, like, all fucked up. He's like, kind of remembering it, and then what happens? Looks over? Oh! Oh. Hi, Aerith! How's it going? Listen, Tyrez, you're the music guy, right? I don't know. I don't know how much you understand, like, music theory, but you're the music guy, right? Everybody's like, oh my god, he can see Aerith in another timeline. Listen to this music. This is the most eerie version of Aerith's theme, or the Final Fantasy VII theme that you'll hear. It goes into, like, a minor key.
I'll see you off.
It's so eerie. You know this is wrong. You're supposed to feel like this is wrong. Something is not right here. There's two different interpretations you can have here. The Genova one I don't agree with. I love the theory that Max came up with. It's interesting. He has a lot of evidence. I don't agree with it. But I think it's fun to talk about. There's two things that are happening. Either Cloud is himself pushing that memory down and seeing Aerith here, or Aerith, he was remembering it, and Aerith popped in to stop him from remembering it. Because he's like, I gotta stop that. I have to stop that. But she also has her ribbon here, which I don't know if it's important to what... She didn't have a ribbon before because she lost Holy and the ribbon fell out. That's iconic. So I almost feel like Cloud manifested this, or Aerith popped in to say, hey, Cloud, stop, don't remember that yet. Stop. I'm here. I'm fine. I'm alive. I'll see you off. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, the minor key is like... It's so... Everybody's like, this is supposed to be like a... Cloud seeing a reality. He's seeing Aerith. She's still alive. No. The minor key is a dead giveaway. And I don't know how, like, media literacy gets lost like this, because it's very common. Like, you should not be feeling happy here. This is, like, very... Let's watch this whole scene. Cloud is This filter is used when remembering memories. He's remembering her dying. Because that's what's happened. That's what happened. Is Aerith died. You don't even see, like... Yeah, I think this may be the rainbow effect. It's hard to see with the filter, but... I don't know if the rainbow effect goes there. She died. Cloud... And this is, like, Cloud's inner... Like, Cloud's little self popping in, right? This is little Cloud. Real Cloud in his head saying, "You dumb bitch! You just said everything is fine right next to Tifa. Remember, she died! Have some feelings! Come to your senses!" This is Cloud trying to tell himself, "You fucking idiot!" He is screaming at you! I mean, even if I don't understand music theory, the melody is off-putting and unsettling. You would think that's what people would get, and I think a majority of people actually do get it. Maybe I'm just, like, chronically on Twitter and I see, like, the worst part of it. But people think this is, like, happy. Like, him smiling here, when Cloud smiles, they're like, "Oh my god, he's so happy." Like, this music is not supposed to make you feel comfortable. It's very unsettling. It goes into that minor key. It has that key change. It has that purposeful key change right in the middle of it. Ooh, that's a key change. That's a very, very, very intentional key change. I don't feel comfortable watching this. Cloud is messed up. Something's wrong. Something is not okay here. Something's not... One of these things just doesn't belong here. And it's not... You don't belong here. Why are you here? It's weird, man. It's fucking weird.
I'll see you off.
And everybody's like, look at how happy he is. He's got 2 girlfriends, man. He's got Tifa, and he's got his new girlfriend, Aerith. He's got 2 girlfriends. He's so happy. He saved his 2nd girlfriend, guys. Look at how happy he looks. I can look that happy. Yeah. So happy. Hi, Aerith. Yeah. How can you think he's happy here? He is losing his mind. This poor man is not there. He is seeing things, whether it be Aerith showing him to gaslight him so he doesn't lose his mind, or he's just lost his mind. And he's just crazy. I don't know. It's probably a little bit of both. How can you see his face and think he's happy? I mean, in a weird fucked up way, he is happy, but this face is not supposed to encapsulate happiness. This is supposed to make you uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable. And it gets worse. Like, he's just staring at her. He's not even acknowledging Tifa. He's just staring at this imaginary Aerith. And everybody's like, let's get the fuck out of here. It is too depressing to be here. Let's go, Aerith! Let's go fight Sephiroth! And Tifa is not ready to leave. Man, it makes me so sad! She's lost everything, and she lost her best friend that she just met. She was having such a good connection with. She was becoming best friends with Aerith. They were so close. And now, not only that,
come on,
but she's starting to lose the person she very much cares about the most. Cloud is not Cloud. He is far gone. Like, look at this. You just saw Aerith? And... Cloud, who are you looking at? He is smiling at no one. And Tifa sees that. She very much sees him staring at no one. She knows that he is not okay. And we are supposed to see that he is not okay. By the way, this is Cloud's perspective. What's happening here? Cloud's perspective. Now we're looking at things from Tifa's perspective. What happens when we look at things from Tifa's perspective? Someone that is connected to the live stream and would be able to see Aerith probably, like Cloud is, right? You would think so. You would think that would be the case. No one's there. She's not there. He is seeing things. Whether it be Aerith showing him things, or he made up Aerith to be there. She's not there. She's not alive. He's not seen through different realities. He's not. This is purposely showing you that Cloud is mentally fucked up. Yeah. And Tifa's just like, well, and you even get a pan out shot to further show this. We get a pan out shot from nobody's perspective, which would default us to Cloud's probably. Where is she? By the way, I got a message. I don't know why I got. Oh, it's not even a message. Whatever. She's not there. She's not there. And like I said, we are robbed of that lake scene. It's because Cloud has blocked it out. Because why would he need to take Aerith's body out there if Aerith's alive? He doesn't need to do that. He doesn't need to remember that. That didn't happen. That didn't happen because he didn't need to do that. We're going to get that scene in the next game. We're going to get, like... Everybody's kind of pissed that the emotional gravitas of Aerith's death got taken away for confusion and mystery. I think we're going to get the full scene of we're going to get Cloud holding Aerith and having that monologue to Sephiroth. We're going to get him putting her body in the water. We're going to get all of that in the next game. I think we're going to get that full scene. The full scene's going to be crazy. It is. It's going to make me cry because it is pretty emotional how that you saw. I showed you guys the OG scene in the original game. It's pretty emotional the way it is, and they're going to play it up to be even more emotional than it was in like the remake. It's going to make me cry. And I don't know when they're going to do it because there's supposed to be... What happens in the OG game is Tifa and Cloud fall into the live stream, and then Tifa basically leads Cloud through his memories to find his true self. Have him accept his true self. Now, I have a couple different things I think that could happen. One, Tifa's going to show Cloud what happened in the memories, and she's going to walk him through accepting it. And since Aerith is in the live stream, I think Aerith will be there to tell Cloud... Tifa will be there to lead him through it, but I think Aerith will be there to be like, it's okay. I'm okay. You were there for me, you did your best, but it's okay. It's time to move on. And I think another thing they could do, because there's a few things that could happen. I think personally that Aerith and Zack are both not making it out. I think they're both going to end up dead in the live stream together. Like they are in Advent Children, but more on their terms, you know? Because it wasn't really on their, like, Zack didn't want to die. Like, he did it to protect Cloud. I think there's going to be a more of, like, I'll join Aerith in the live stream on my own terms kind of situation. But also, because I don't think both of them are coming out alive. I think that would be too fan pandering. There needs to be some emotional, like, weight to this game. That's what makes Final Fantasy VII so important to a lot of people, is there is stakes. There is people that die. There is a lot of things. There's emotional weight to things. And I think bringing both Aerith and Zack back to be alive kind of ruins that. I think that would ruin that. Maybe I'm too OG-brained and too stuck in my ways, but... I think if they're either both going to be dead in the live stream together, or one of them is making it out alive and one of them is going to stay dead. And I think if they're going to do that direction where one is alive and one is dead, it's not going to be Aerith. It's not going to be Aerith. It's going to be Zack. And I think it's going to be Zack as well as Cloud both coming... I think it would be a good moment for both Zack and Cloud together to come to terms with Aerith is dead. I think that would be an interesting route to go for. Also showing... Because Zack very much cares about Aerith even more than Cloud does. Like, that woman is his whole world. Zack would do anything for Aerith. So, seeing Zack have to be like, why am I here? Why am I alive? And I can't be with her, and him having to accept that she's gone and that he has to move on without her would be to do that with like, I think what will happen is Cloud will accept it, and then he'll have to lead Zack to accepting it. And I think that would either they're gonna do that, or they're gonna do it together, and I think that would be really, really a really, really cool scene for both characters. I think that would be really cool. But I don't know. That's just an idea. Because I think it would be really cool, interesting to see Zack have to accept that she's also gone. But I don't know. That's just how I see it. But at the end of the day, like, people really want Aerith to come back, and I get it. I understand that's why you thought they were changing things, and they led us to believe that, but they led us to believe that on purpose. Because they wanted us to feel like we did back in... I mean, I didn't play the game back in the 90s. My first experience for Final Fantasy VII was Advent Children when the movie came out. My cousins... I would watch it all the time with my cousins. And that's how I got to know who that fucker was. And then I explored it from there. I remember getting that poster at the fair. My sister bought it, and I was like, oh, that's the guy from that movie we watched. I'm going to go find out more about it. But, like, I get wanting Aerith to come back and thinking that they were changing things. But I think they wanted us to feel like we had hope, too. Just to rip it away from us again. Because how else do you, like, give emotional weight to a story that you know what's going to happen? You give them hope. And we had hope. Cloud had hope. Because we watched him do it. We watched him stop it. Just to have it ripped away again. And I don't feel like... I feel like that's going to be something that plays in that part 3 very heavily, is accepting she's dead, guys. That's like a very... They're very meta with a lot of this stuff. And it's going to be a meta thing of accepting... We fully have to accept in this story, Aerith is gone. But we'll see. We'll see. I feel like finding out Cloud originated from a video game was a huge moment for you. Dude, I thought my first experience from Cloud, I watched Advent Children. The first scene in the movie is just this fucking dude with a sick outfit riding a motorcycle, and then his motorcycle pops open and he builds a fucking sword. I'm like, what? I'm like, hello? This guy is badass as hell. That's crazy. Because I was like, Advent Children came like, what, 2005, 2006? I was like 8. That was like life-changing. And then, of course, I get to meet Tifa. And I'm like, Tifa was the first love of my life. I was like, this is a beautiful woman that can kick my ass? Kick anybody's ass? I was hooked. I was hooked from that movie. I watched the original Advent Children. Advent Children, here, I can grab it, right? Where is it? I have it over here somewhere, right? Wait, what? Oh, it might be in my living room. I thought I had it stored in here. Advent Children had an original version that wasn't very good. Then Advent Children came out. It was Advent Children Complete, where it added like 20 minutes of scenes. Made the movie a lot better. Added a lot more context to things. It made the movie a lot better. And the movie still holds up. The CGI of the movie holds up really well. Now, the voice acting, I remember watching the English voice, like the sub, or the dub. The English voices aren't the best. It's very stiff. But like the sub holds up really well, because it's like the same. The people that have voiced those characters, like Tifa and Cloud and Sephiroth, they have voiced them ever since they've been like voiced. Like Cloud, Tifa, and Sephiroth, as far as I'm aware, has had the same voice actors ever since they started getting voiced, which I think is cool. And they're iconic. Like the voice of your Cloud in Smash is the same Cloud that voiced him in Advent Children. But I got used to the English version of it, which they sound off to me now because I got used to these voice actors in the game, which are so much better. No offense to the old ones. These guys are so much better. I will say Sephiroth's voice actor, like the English one, is so iconic. There's a very uniqueness to him. It's very iconic. Let's get to like some of these ending scenes here. I've already kind of talked about how Aerith is, and we'll get to it in the final scene. Aerith is gone. Everybody's like, oh, but multiverse, there's a multiverse, but she comes back alive. My interpretation is Cloud broke fate, right? He definitely broke fate. He split it. He split the difference. Aerith is alive or Aerith is dead. He saved her. My interpretation is, in the timelines that you save her, they disappear, or they return to the live stream. They return to the moment of what happened. Because in the grand scheme of things, I don't think she's not supposed to live. She can't. It's impossible. And I know people are like, oh, we're breaking fate and everything. That's the whole point. But I think this is one thing we can't change. I think that's one thing we're not going to be able to change. I think that's important to point out. Maybe like I said, maybe I'm too stuck in my ways. Maybe I'm too pessimistic. I think that's what they're trying to imply to us is it's not possible. It either through Aerith that could have either through Aerith forcing it back and saying I have to die. I appreciate you doing this. I really do, but I have to. Or through Sephiroth forcing it back together to break Cloud even harder by saying you thought you saved her, but you didn't. Or through like some the regular live stream saying these worlds, whenever you break fate, these worlds splinter. Some of them last a while, some of them don't. Whatever world, it could be whatever world you splinter with saving Aerith, they don't last very long. They last very little, actually. Instant. I don't know. That's how I see it. And like I said, I don't have all the answers, but I feel like that's the conclusion I'm coming to until the next game. Or at least until we get more answers from like Ultimanias and stuff. Which they're not going to give us full answers. They're going to give us like snippets. I feel like Aerith living would ruin the game. That's how I feel. That's personally how I feel. And I don't want to be like, if I am fully okay if they do decide to go the route that she lives. I'm okay with it. But going back to what I said, reiterating, I feel like a lot of emotional gravitas to Final Fantasy VII is Aerith dying. She was important. She was the one thing that the entire party cherished the most. She was special to everyone in that party because she was there for the time between we meet Aerith and the time she dies. We only know her 3 weeks, and that's the allotted time that we have with Aerith is 3 weeks. And she leaves a damn good impression on everybody in those 3 weeks. And I think that's what makes her character so special, is you may know her for such little time, but she's able to touch you in such special ways. And that's going to sound inappropriate, but you know what I mean. Like, she's able to touch the hearts of people by knowing them for such little time, because she is such a special person. And losing that really, really has an effect on the party. And especially Cloud. And not because necessarily Cloud loves her. Cloud loves everybody. Cloud has a very big heart that he doesn't show until later. You don't see that until later. Cloud, and it's a line that he says in Advent Children where he tells Sephiroth, "I cherish everybody. That's me. I cherish everybody." And to Cloud, Aerith is such a unique person. He's never run into somebody like this in his life. And she personally like I said, touches his heart in a special way. Not even doesn't even have to be romantic. Like, maybe he does have feelings for her, but it's not like it's not like he has for Tifa. I'll say that. And I know people aren't gonna like me saying that either, but that's just the way I see it. His dynamic with Tifa is much different than his dynamic with Aerith. And it's because he realizes how special she is. Aerith is such a unique, special person. And when he loses that, he feels responsible. Because Cloud always feels responsible for things that happen. It's he feels responsible with what happened with Zack, and what does he do? He completely buries that and says, that didn't happen. Because I can't accept that happened. The whole story of Advent Children is, I wasn't able to save Zack, and I wasn't able to save Aerith. And he has what everybody calls survivor's guilt. Everybody thinks it's like, oh, he wants to die because he misses Aerith and he loves her and he wants to be with his true love. That's not the story of Advent Children. Advent Children is he can't forgive himself for not being able to save his best friend and somebody else he cared about. He wasn't able to do it. He literally cannot forgive himself for it. And it gets even worse when it comes to the fact of he starts getting happy with his life because he lives with Tifa. He has Marlene is left with them for a bit because Barrett has to go do shit or leaves Marlene with them. So they're basically raising Marlene too, and they also adopt this kid named Denzel. And he's like, I'm starting to get happy with these people. I don't think, and he feels like he can't. He's like, I should not be able to feel happy because I can't forgive myself. And he also contracts geostigma, the virus the planet gives off to kill people. He gets geostigma, so he's dying. And he doesn't want to get closer to his family that he's living with because he doesn't want to get attacked, them to go through what he's going through. So he distances himself. I can't say distances. He distances. You know what I'm saying? From his family. One, because he's hurting. He's feeling he doesn't want to lose them. He doesn't want to lose his family. Everybody's like, oh, he wants to die. No, it's actually the opposite. Cloud doesn't want to die. He doesn't want to lose the things that are making him happy, but he also feels like he can't be happy because he can't forgive himself. So the whole movie it gets to a point where Aerith has to be like, Cloud, it's okay to forgive yourself. It is okay. And she even shows it at the end of the movie where she walks off and Cloud sees her and he sees her with Zack. She's where she belongs. She's where she needs to be. It's okay. You can keep on living, Cloud. Go be happy. And that's the whole arc for Cloud and Advent Children. It's a little weird seeing Cloud like all depressed and stuff, especially what happens after Final Fantasy VII, where he kind of accepts everything. It's kind of weird seeing that again, but it's a kind of a beautiful arc for Cloud. It's not a romantic. He misses the love of his life as a tragic romance. No, he doesn't want to lose anything else. He can't accept the loss, and he can't forgive himself. And I think that's too important to the story to be like, oh, Aerith's alive now. Like, that kind of defeats that purpose. Cloud needs to go through that arc where he needs to accept that he needs to move on. He needs to keep living. And it's okay to be happy with the life you have. It's okay, Cloud. You tried your best. It is okay to fail. It's a story about it's okay to fail. Loss, death, it will happen. And learn. I almost sound like I'm tearing up because it is a really beautiful story. It really is. And I understand wanting to bring Aerith back. It just doesn't sit right with me with the main theme of the game. It just doesn't. And I know people will bring up the Zack stuff, but like I said, I don't think Zack's making it out. And if he does make it out, I think he's going to have to accept that Aerith is dead as well. And that's also going to be a very sad moment for him, having to accept he has to live in this world without Aerith. But we'll see. We'll get to what I think was going to happen in part 3 here in a bit. But here we have this scene 2, which shows Rufus talking to Glenn, which Glenn is a character from a mobile game so they bring him in, people expect him to know. It's kind of weird. But you'll see that, like, Glenn was he's a soldier that defected to Wutai. That's basically the story. And if you don't know the original game, there is a war that happens between the Shinra stuff and Wutai. They start a war, right? But in here, you'll see that because what we find out is Rufus killed Glenn. We see that when he first sees Glenn in the game. You see like a flashback of him shooting Glenn in the back. Like, he killed Glenn. So we're like, how is this guy alive? We come to find out it's Sephiroth kind of manifesting one of the black robes to look like Glenn. Like, Sephiroth pulled, like, it's implied that Sephiroth was pulling the strings in Wutai to start this war. He wanted this war to start. Why does he want this war to start? Loss, chief among them. He wants the most amount of loss in the war. He wants people to start dying. He wants everything. He wants to bring the world despair. So he can bring about this great reunion of the entire... Because it kind of shows that Sephiroth was almost able to cause a reunion. Like, very, very small chunks of him being able to... I can do this in small chunks. But I want a mass reunion of these fragmented worlds in the live stream. I want everything to come together. So I can be so I can destroy it and absorb the live stream, and I can become eternity. He wants to live. He wants to become everything. Okay? That's in the original game. It was like, I want to just blow up our world, to go into the live stream and suck up all the live stream there, and I can just become the god of this world. He wants to become the god of everything. It's kind of a similar concept, but it's on a much grander scale. How do we get the most amount of despair? We start a war and people start dying, and everybody starts getting depressed, and I bring the universe despair. It's a much grander scale that he's looking at. So Sephiroth was pulling the strings to get this war to happen. That's basically what this is implying here. He took Glenn's, like, he used Glenn's face to kind of do this.
I want the real thing.
And Rufus is like, I want Sephiroth dead. So like, Sephiroth's fucking with everybody. He's not just fucking with Cloud anymore. He's fucking with everything. Now we go to the next scene. Very important next scene here. Oh, we're back in the live stream area where the whispers are. Alright, guys. Hunker down. We must hunker down. And we see things in the background. Where was the last time we saw these guys? With Tifa in her live stream memories. And even, it's hard to see here, but you actually see, like, this is where Tifa's memories took place. You see you can see the bridge over here. I think when they blow this up, you can see the bridge somewhere. You can see the bridge like let me go back. Of like where Tifa and Cloud had that moment when they were kids. This is clearly where they were like protecting Tifa's memories. These whispers are now trying to get them the fuck out of there, right? So these guys, they do like this little materia whisper thing. We don't know exactly what that means. People are thinking this is like their signal to the planet to be like, all right, guys, it's time to fight back. Because around this time in the OG game, this is where we start getting the actual weapons, like the ginormous fucking kaijus, all right? And they start doing some shit. They start doing shit around the world. A lot of things happen with the weapons. So this is almost like me thinking that these are signaling the planet, time to send the weapons in. We need them. This is bad. Bad things are happening. And the whispers are blocking off Tifa's live stream memories area. Because Sephiroth knows we can't let them here. We can't let them through here. Last time that happened, because Sephiroth is from the future, or has memories of the future, last time that happened, that bitch Tifa, that motherfucking whore, brought Cloud back and he beat my ass. I can't let that happen again. We have to stop that. We must keep that from happening. It must be stopped. Sephiroth's #1 priority now is keep Tifa away from Cloud. It was this entire game. It's like, now we must cut that. We have to sever that connection. But we show that Aerith knows that Tifa's important from Chapter 9, because he had the White Whispers leading her to her. He's like, you got to see these memories before Sephiroth blocks them off. You have to know what's going on. We need you. We need you. You're important. Aerith knows she's important. Aerith knows Tifa is important. Very important to Cloud for getting him back. So it's the 4D chess going on, guys. It's the 4D chess between Omni Aerith and Advent Children Sephiroth. And then we cut to Zack. And this is interesting. Do we see the roof here before we pan down? We do. Oh, we do. There's a hole in the roof there. Important of seeing where Zack is.
Did I?
Last time we saw the flowers in the timeline, the flowers were dying. Now we're back into... The flowers all bloomed. They're all good. And we see the light shining down on the flowers from the roof. Why is there a hole in the roof? Last time there was a hole in the roof because somebody fell through it. Granted, Zack and Cloud both kind of met Aerith in the same way. They kind of parried each other. They both fall through the roof of the church and meet Aerith that way. If I remember correctly. But there's a hole in the roof last time because Cloud fell through. There's an implication that Zack gets sent to the main timeline. Or like the main area. Aerith sent him there. It's not confirmed. It's kind of ambiguous where Zack is at right now. It's very ambiguous where... Because Zack's like waking up. It's like, how did I get here?
I couldn't have dreamt that. It all felt way too real.
Zack's like, that wasn't a dream, right? Something happened and the flowers are blooming. We're back in it. Where are we?
Just as worlds unite.
And here he quotes Sephiroth.
So do they part. But who's to say they can't unite again?
Pans up to show the hole in the roof on purpose. So it's kind of left ambiguous. It's did Zack get sent back to like Aerith's dream timeline that we were in? The implication of that, what happened at the end of that, is that place is gone now. Sephiroth found Aerith, and that place is gone. So, where is Zack? Where is this guy? Where is he in the main planet, timeline, multiverse, whatever, with our main party, and he's gonna have to go catch up with them? And he's got to meet up with Tifa and try to help with Cloud? Or is... This last line is important. Because he says this. Because he's like, just these worlds united and so did they part, like Sephiroth said. And then he says this.
But who's to say they can't unite again?
So... Has Aerith united them already? And he doesn't know that? And that's what kind of like they're alluding to? Or are they alluding to... Zack is going to find a way to get his fucking ass back into the main timeline and help Cloud out. In the main party, fight that dickhead Sephiroth. It's kind of left ambiguous. I kind of like that it's left ambiguous because it makes me wanting to know more. Just know that Zack is going to be very important in the next game. That's all we know, and that's where we're left at. And then we come to here, and this shows that the main reunion is still going to happen. These black robes are all going to start going north. It's time. The real, the OG reunion still must happen. We must go to the northern crater to find Sephiroth. Because what happens with Sephiroth is in the OG game, he falls into the live stream and then his body makes his way up into the northern crater and he starts rebuilding his body up there. That's kind of how it's implied. Because there's multiple Sephiroths in Final Fantasy VII. Let me talk about this for a second. Because I don't know if people know this. There's like 3 different Sephiroths in the OG game. There is the Sephiroth that is vibing up in the northern crater where his body's being rebuilt. The real body Sephiroth. That the actual like the body, his actual self. There is the Sephiroth that can manifest himself in the black robes because they have Genova cells, so he's able to like manifest himself, like kind of manifest himself for a time as them. And then there's the third Sephiroth, the Sephiroth that lives in Cloud's mind, that is connected to Cloud directly, that is vibing, chilling there, making fun of him, you know, being an asshole. So we got 3 different Sephiroths. This introduces a 4th Sephiroth, which is that omnipotent Advent Children Sephiroth that's going around fucking everything up. So we technically have like 4 different Sephiroths in the game. And to differentiate the few is kind of annoying. These guys are going to the northern crater because that's where the real Sephiroth is. The body, the form, you know, the luscious hair. That's where that guy's at. No, the shirtless dude. Well, we'll see. We get to see Sephiroth shirtless in the next game probably. Cooking. Anyways, but yeah, they're heading north for the reunion, and now we're gonna get the final CG cutscene. I can explain a lot of things that are gonna happen here because it's interesting. So Cloud's here chilling, staring at... He has the empty materia. He's staring at that shit. What is this shit? By the way, the tiny Bronco doesn't get fixed in the OG game. You don't get the tiny Bronco back as a plane. So, by the way, we're panning through here. No Aerith. We don't see Aerith. Cloud's not looking. No Aerith. Cloud looks over. Oh, hi, Aerith. You're here. Cloud is watching now. Aerith has to be there because Cloud can't know she's gone. And you'll see this throughout this whole scene. She only shows up when Cloud is watching. And she has to, like, you see here, this is really interesting stuff. Plane turns on, no reaction at all. And she turns around and she's like, oh shit, that's right, that went off.
And with that, we are cleared for takeoff.
And then she does this little thing, like she's acting like Aerith because she has to act like Aerith. She has to put on an act here, you know? She has to make Cloud think she's here. Maximilian dude goes over this like theory of this is Jenova pretending to be Aerith to get to Cloud. I think this is just Aerith. I have to act like I'm here. So Cloud thinks I'm here and I'm okay, that I'm alive. And then she does all this walking around to check up on everything.
It's not fair.
And this is like a big implication that this is like Aerith to the live stream here. Because you'll see this moment. Poor Tifa. I'm gonna cry, man. She's losing it. She's so sad.
Aerith?
Red can sense Aerith here. He can't see her, but he knows, he feels she's here. Through his connection to the live stream. She is here in some Force Ghost form. Only Cloud can see her, because only Cloud needs to see her at this point. Only Cloud needs to see her because she needs to play out an act that she is here, that she is okay. She even looks over to make sure he's still watching. And then Cloud looks away, back at the materia. She's gone. She doesn't need to be there anymore. He's not looking. He is not. Scene direction, camera angles, everything is deliberate. Literally everything is deliberate in this game. In this last chapter, it's very deliberate. So he's looking at this materia, this hollow materia. He's looking at this empty, hollow materia. There's a song from Remake. It's called Hollow. And it's about Zack and Cloud, specifically. How Cloud is a hollowed out person because of Zack and his fate. Cloud is slowly becoming empty. This materia is also empty. Do you know what I think this materia is going to do? I think this materia, it's going to sound corny. It's going to sound really, it may sound corny to some, but I think this is what they're going with it. This materia is going to, it was filled up with memories. Aerith's memories, to be specific. That's what they imply very heavily, is that white materia is filled with Aerith's memories from everything. That allowed her to be all omnipotent and all-powerful. Who is Cloud seeing this materia at this point? But it's empty. He sees himself. I think we're gonna fill this materia with Cloud's memories from all the live stream timelines and stuff, and he's gonna become this uber broken Cloud. he's gonna see all these different Omni slashes that he uses to beat Sephiroth's ass, and he's gonna become this all powerful broken cheater, and he's gonna kill Sephiroth once and for all using that. I think that's what they're playing into this, and I think it's cool, because I think what the last fight's gonna be. I think it's gonna be Cloud and Cloud from the OG timeline. I'm gonna think it's gonna be like the original Cloud that we know from the OG game. I think he's gonna be there with him, fighting with him, to kill Sephiroth once and for all. I think, or he's gonna become like just an omnipotent, fully realized, all-powerful Cloud, which I don't know. That just makes sense to me. Like, why else would they focus on this materia, specifically seeing Cloud in it? This empty, hollow material. We gotta fill it with something. We gotta put something in it. And what better thing to put it in than Cloud's memories from everywhere, and make him just uber broken. So there we go. We got that. That's the white materia explained to me. And he's gonna put it in his pocket, and oh, what's that? What the fuck?
The hell?
The black materia is here. How did that get here? Remember when Sephiroth says, "I give you my blessing"? I think there was more meanings to that. I don't think he just let him through to go see Aerith's death. I think he said, "Here, Cloud, take this. Take this black materia." Because the version of Sephiroth that had the black materia, he can't do anything with it. That Sephiroth cannot do anything with it. The only Sephiroth that can do something with it is the one that's in the Northern Crater, the physical embodiment of Sephiroth. Cloud still has to take this to him so he can do shit with it. So he's like, "Here, take this, Cloud. I still need you to bring this to me." And you'll see this right afterwards. Ow, brain, hurt, Jenova, ow, ow.
The reunion.
And people think this guy is okay. They think he's mentally okay, guys. Yeah, okay. Sure, buddy. He's still out here saying the reunion. And just wait till what happens after this. So, in the OG game, they're aware, like, the whole party's aware that they have the black materia, right? Let's see what happens in this.
1 sec.
Cloud takes that shit, and he puts that shit in his sword. And he says nothing to anyone. He is hiding the black materia now, which is dark as fuck. Because the implication here, and I kind of like this for gameplay stuff that people are trying to speculate, he puts the black materia in a sword, and the black materia almost feels like it's going to be like the ring from Lord of the Rings, like the One Ring, where it's going to like corrupt Cloud even more than he is, and it's going to make him... You see it like bits and pieces of it throughout where like Cloud kind of goes dark, and he kills people, and he kind of turns into Sephiroth for a bit. I think they're going to play heavily into that at the beginning of the next game, where Cloud is not going to play like Cloud. He's going to have like these dark, like this Dark Knight arc, where he's going to have like these moves that don't fit Cloud, and he's going to be very rough and aggressive, and he's just going to... and he's not going to be able to control it. And it's going to come in the gameplay. Like, we're going to start the game, and Cloud's going to have like these moves that are like, huh, Cloud, you didn't have that in the last game. Is that just a new move? And I think it's going to be something like what they do with symbiote Spider-Man in Spider-Man 2, where you get the symbiote, and you get all these new moves, right? You get like the tentacle moves and the venom stuff. But later in the game, he takes that and he turns it into like something pure, like the anti-venom suit. And he still has the abilities, but he's not like corrupted by it. I think that Cloud's going to go through like a Paladin arc, where he's going to go from Dark Knight to Paladin, where he's going to take these dark moves that he has, and he's going to like turn them into something like heroic later in the game. It's going to be pure. And we're still going to have the moves, but it's going to be a lot more like they're going to tell a story through gameplay. And I think it would be a missed opportunity to do that, to not do that, but we'll see. I think that's the implication here, but the very least we know, Cloud is not telling them that he has the black materia. In the OG game, we know he has it, because they like pass it around between people, and it's kind of... They do not know he has this shit, and he's purposely hiding it. He throws that shit in the Buster Sword and says, "Okay, let's move." Now let's look at what happens the rest of this, because this is a very dark ending.
You have to promise not to look up.
Something Aerith has said to him before. He looks up, and he sees the rift in the sky. This is now a world destined to fail. Destined to fade away. And Cloud is the only one that sees that. Whether it be Cloud's crazy brain not seeing it, or seeing things, regardless, he looks up and he's like, oh shit, that's not good. That's not good. And he says this to the party.
Don't look up.
Well,
and they're like,
now I gotta look.
They look up and they're like,
Fine, but don't let it get to you.
Don't let what get to me?
It's not real. Just an illusion.
And that could mean, and that plays very much in the Cloud's character, where he thinks, he's like, I don't believe this. That's fake. It could be a representation of Cloud's psyche, even, of him not accepting the truth, accepting things. Not really fully clear of whether he's seeing this because this world is doomed to fail, or if it's more of a mental thing showing that Cloud only can see it. Because in Aerith's world, it kind of seemed like everyone in the world could kind of look up and see that in the sky. Only Cloud can see this. So to me, it almost represents, especially what he says, like, it's not real, it's an illusion.
Just an illusion.
It's almost like a interpretation that Cloud looks up and sees that, like, his psyche is failing. His brain is failing. He hasn't accepted things. So he looks up and is like, that's fine. That's not real. I don't have to look at that. Don't worry about it. It's a little ambiguous, but especially when how Cloud acts here. It just plays like Cloud is not okay.
Now let's go get Sephiroth. He's hiding up north.
How the fuck do you know that, Cloud? Oh, right. The reunion is calling him north. And even the party's like, huh?
North.
Trust me, he is. Soldier's intuition.
It's another thing I don't see people point out. He says soldier's intuition. He is back in the soldier persona. He still thinks he's a soldier. This man is not okay! I don't know how many times I have to reiterate that. He said, trust me, soldier's intuition. Cloud, you're not a soldier. How do you still believe this? This man is not, he has not gone through his Clive Rossfield arc yet. He has not gone through it. Let me look this up. We're gonna have a very similar moment in the next game that Clive had. This moment right here, where Clive is like, his past, he can't get past, he can't accept what happened, he can't accept how things are, his whole character's like, shit is fucked up and I hate it, okay? And I can't accept that I killed my brother. Because what happens at the beginning of this game is, he loses control of Ifrit that he doesn't know he even has, and he kills his brother. His brother comes back, like, spoilers. But, like, he can't accept that he's the one that did it. And finally, he's like, fine.
It's time to find out who we are.
This was such a raw moment in this game, by the way. I love this game. He has this accept the truth moment, and he finally becomes this uber fucking powerful, icon-wielding badass. Clive is one of my favorite characters in Final Fantasy now, or just in general. I love this character. Yeah, he just comes. This is one of the such a fucking cool moment. Cloud hasn't had that moment yet. He's still like, I'm still this really cool guy, soldier. Everything's fine. We're gonna go kill Sephiroth, guys. Aerith is gonna help us. She's alive. Zack, it's tragic what happened to him, but I remember him now. I remember him. He has not accepted the truth. He has not had this very cool badass moment. I don't think it'll be like a cool badass moment like this. I think it'll be more emotional and more emotionally heavy than this was. This was like hype. His accepting the truth is going to be a lot more like, I'm going to cry.
Trust me, tiding up north.
But yeah, this is just proof that more proof that Cloud is not okay, and we'll see even more later in this.
Intuition.
Oh yeah? Better hope you're right.
And Barrett looks at Tifa, and Tifa's still not saying anything to Cloud. It's so sad.
Fine. We trust you. Just remember, we got everything riding on this. And that's a load you'd best be ready to carry.
Yeah, Barrett's basically saying there's a lot. Like, Aerith just died, man. Sephiroth is a big threat. We got a lot. This is like our last bet. Like, I hope you're ready to handle this, Cloud. I really do. And this line from Sid is important.
We're close to capacity as it is.
I think Sid saying that is like, it's not like him taking it literally. This is for the player to read this and says, Cloud can't take anything else. No more, because if we overload, we're fucked. And I think that's another meta line. Be like, no more, none of that. We can't have that, because Cloud will lose his mind. And what does Cloud say after in response to this?
Don't worry about me. I can handle it.
Cloud thinks he's all fine and dandy. I got this. Cloud's infamous line as a soldier. I got this. Okay, whatever. And even Barrett looks at Tifa here, and they're just like, okay, sure. He looks at Cloud, kind of like, bro, like, Aerith just died. Why are you so calm? Why are you so okay? Aerith just died. Even Tifa looks at Cloud like, okay, Cloud, you don't want to talk to me, and you're okay. They just have nothing to say to him, because he's acting crazy. He's talking like everything's okay. Everything's fine. We gotta keep going on our journey. Keep going forward. We gotta find Sephiroth.
Take care.
Okay, Cloud. No time for grieving, I guess. And then Aerith shows up. She's gotta act like everything's okay, because like Sid just says, no more heavy loads. Don't need that shit right now.
Be okay getting back?
And if I said I wasn't?
This was a cute line here, because
getting back?
This is a callback to Remake, or just like when she takes him to Sector 7. When we asked Dad back, he's like, are you getting back? And she says that exact line. And if I said I wasn't, and Cloud has a cute little laugh there. It's kind of creepy in a way, because Cloud is talking to dead Aerith.
Don't worry, it's like a second home.
I guess. But what if something happens?
And Aerith's like,
Then I'll send up smoke.
It feels awkward the way she's acting, because she's definitely forcing herself to act this way. She's forcing herself to act like Aerith, because she can't afford to let Cloud lose it here. If she was to act like how she would probably act at this moment in time, wouldn't be good. So she has to force herself. I have to act like everything's okay, like happy-go-lucky Aerith. Yeah. If anything happens, Cloud, I'll let you know. Send up smoke. I got you. That's my interpretation of what's going on here. That's why it feels so awkward. She's forcing herself to act like this.
I'll put everything I've got into my prayers. I'll stop the meteor. And I'll leave the rest to you.
And I'll leave the rest to Good luck. Leave, Cloud. And you can... I don't think people point this out. When she's walking away, she has this very sad, like, kind of...
Good luck.
Like, sad, worried look on her face. And it's deliberate. I could be looking into things. But her face... She goes from, like, smiling here to... very sad and worried. And it even plays into this. when Cloud says, I'm going to stop Sephiroth, she stops here for a minute. As if like to figure out what she needs to say to Cloud here. Like, she stands there for a minute, like, kind of like saying, how do I say this to him? What do I say to him here? She's trying to figure out what to say, because she doesn't know what to say at first. She turns around all happy. You promise?
Promise.
Like, this is supposed to be like a very bittersweet ending, but also realizing Cloud is not okay. That's what this ending is supposed to convey. And Aerith was trying to make sure Cloud was okay to get him to go. He needs to go. And very, very sad, bittersweet ending here.
Goodbye.
And she has this very sad goodbye. And then the next thing it says, no promises await at Journey's End. How do you make a promise with a dead person? This is her goodbye. Will she have a part in the next game? Yes. But this is to show you she's gone. This is Aerith's goodbye. To her saying goodbye here is not for Cloud. It's not to the party. This is her goodbye to the player. She had her goodbye to Cloud in the dream sequence. This is her goodbye to the player. Goodbye. It's over. My story is, she still has a part to play and to help, but yeah.
Goodbye.
This is her telling you, yes, I'm gone. And I think that's such a beautiful way of doing it. Like, no promises await at Journey's End. I think that's also important that they put that there after what happened. Alright, we're going to listen to this beautiful song. And we're going to talk about... I don't know. How do you guys feel about my analysis? I feel like it was pretty good. I'm not going to say I'm like completely right about everything, but I feel like I have a pretty good grasp on what's going on. Or at least a decent grasp. And I hope you guys have even better grasp. My brain is full. That's good to hear. Was it like full, like overloaded, or full like you have the answers you were looking for? Like, if you guys have any more questions, just let me know too. I'm down to answer anything. That's very good. I understand the ending a lot more now. I'm glad. And I feel like me talking it out maybe kind of figure it out more myself as well. I feel like I kind of came to saying it out loud makes me like really accept of what I'm seeing. And I am fully okay with being wrong. I am entirely okay with being wrong. I just want to have answers at the end of the next game. I want to have the answers and I want to be fulfilled.